All right, we are live. Hello, what's up, everyone? It's been a while since I've gone live. All right, I know I have a whole channel that's like dedicated to going live, right? My live streaming channel. When did I last go live on there? When did I last go live? I'm checking right now. I last went live a month ago. A month ago. It's been a month. Well, I mean, I did recently stream on this channel. What did I stream? Oh yeah, that was also a month ago. That was my last stream. We're not gonna talk about that last stream. All right. So, what I wanted to talk about today is Chris Tyson. Okay, is this more serious music? All right, here's more serious music. All right, here we go. All right. Yeah. It's been a whole month, but I plan on streaming more. So, as you know, Chris Tyson recently came out as trans. Well, not even necessarily trans, but gender non-conforming, which is in the trans umbrella, right? They're on HRT. They're a trans individual, and because of that, Chris Tyson has received an unprecedented amount of hate. Now, I've made several videos talking about this entire situation. There's just like a lot of dumb arguments surrounding Chris. People being like, oh wow, Chris shouldn't be trans because Chris has a wife, Chris has a kid, Chris did that, Chris did this. Oh man, Chris made these bad jokes when Chris, like 6-7 years ago when that shit was normalized. Oh man, let's go after Chris. Let's cancel Chris. Now, there were some concerning tweets within the mix of those tweets that appear to paint Chris as potentially liking Lolly. However, it turns out that those tweets were, of course, taken out of context. Now, since then, I haven't really seen any evidence that like Chris is a weirdo, that Chris has really done anything wrong that really deserves any of this backlash. However, I might be proven wrong. This stream. And I want to check out this video, all right? It has over 200,000 views. And there might be some new information that I don't know about. I might be completely wrong about Chris. You know, I may have been wrong this entire time. So let's switch. Let's see. Let's switch to this. Okay, and let's go to this. Oh wait, okay, I don't even have the right window pulled up. Okay, so Chris Tyson, so a Cheeto, right? He posted this new video. Chris Tyson keeps getting worse. So like, whatever a Cheeto has here, it must be some serious stuff. Right, this video has 182,000 views. So like we're gonna be seeing what did Chris do. All right, because I'm interested. I'm genuinely interested in what Chris may have done. You know, like I said, maybe I was wrong to defend Chris this entire time. Who knows? So let's check out this video from a Cheeto here. All right, let's see this new information that I've not been privy to as of yet. And for this segment, I'm gonna turn down the music. There we go.
I may have had for Chris Tyson after seeing what he's been doing recently, and I'm not talking about him taking
What'd he
HRT.
do?
I already spoke about that.
What'd he do,
I don't have an issue
Cheeto?
with him taking HRT. I just found it sad that his kid isn't gonna have a proper father figure growing up. But after that,
who cares? I don't give a shit.
Took place, Chris Tyson decided to make it even harder for people to support him, as he ended up having a public.
Oh really? Really? What'd he do? What's the horrible thing that Chris did? Let's see.
Beef with a random Twitter user in which Chris Tyson got so butthurt, right? He got so upset over this beef that he flexed $1 million on this guy.
I'm supposed to care why? Why does that matter? All right, this is coming from a Cheeto who's all like, man, I love Andrew Tate. I love getting the money. I love the grind. And Chris is like, ratio. Flex is having $1 million in the bank. Probably not the best move optically, but at the same time, all right, this was someone that he was replying to who was literally like photoshopping conversations between Chris and them, being like, Chris Tyson is suing me, guys. Chris Tyson is suing me because I said something transphobic. And so Chris responds to that guy who's like photoshopping this false information. The guy's getting a lot of attention, lots of likes, lots of people just believing that Chris is actually suing this guy. And he just ratios him with this picture of his bank statement, which not the most optical move, but like, I don't really blame the guy. I mean, he's getting a ton of hate for like literally no reason. And so you're going to sit here and be like, oh man, this is a reason that people just shouldn't support Chris. So it's a lot harder to support Chris now because he flexed on Twitter. Like, wow, big deal. Who cares?
Random Twitter user to prove a point that we already know, which is that Chris Tyson is rich and richer than most of us. Like, congrats, dude. So I made a video criticizing him on that, but ladies and gentlemen, in the last few days, Chris Tyson, I think he just wants people to hate him at this point.
Really?
Right? Because, like, why else would you do this?
Damn. I mean, he must have done something really fucked. Let's see. What did
Tyson
Chris do?
is posting pictures to his Snapchat story, dressing his 2-year-old son in high heels. He wrote, Tucker chose to slay this morning. Except, no, he didn't.
What? Wait, here we go. Let's. Who cares? Literally. Who cares? Why does that matter? Who cares, dude? Wow, you're really gonna get up in arms over this? Tucker chose to slay this morning. Who cares? What, his kid was like, yo, dad, I want to wear these. And so Chris, like, took a picture and was like, guys, look, my kid chose to slay this morning. Literally, who cares? Now, I will say that, like, after this, Chris got, like, backlash from the crazy transphobes who are like, look, guys, Chris is grooming his kid. He's grooming his kid. And so after that, like, Chris posted a tweet because he removed his profile picture that had a picture of him and his son in it. Because people were going to such lengths to, like, attack him and his son and over-analyzing, like, everything. So he posted a tweet saying that he doesn't want pictures up anymore of his kid because of all this backlash that he's been getting. And I mean, you can say that maybe people just shouldn't post pictures of their kid on the internet. I think there's an argument for that. I think people are just like too comfortable like taking pictures of their kid and posting it on the internet without like the kid's consent, right? Because a few years from now, maybe Tucker will be like, yo, dad, like, I didn't want you taking pictures of me. I don't like these pictures that are up of me. But that's just kind of a problem with social media in general, not necessarily a problem with Chris. And again, no one would have a problem with this if Chris wasn't trans. Anyway, let's keep watching. Maybe there's more. Maybe Chris has done actually some stuff that's bad. Let's see.
His 2-year-old son in high heels. He wrote, Tucker chose to slay this morning. Except, no, he didn't. He did not choose to slay this morning. He did not choose to wear these high heels. And
how do you know that, though? How do you know that? You're just making that assumption.
Explain to you why. This kid can barely do two things, walk and speak. This kid did not spring out of bed at the crack of dawn saying, hello, father, do you have any high heels that I could place on my feet? Because
yeah, no, of course not. Of course the kid's not going to talk like that. It was probably more like, you know, Chris, he's dressing a bit more feminine, right? You know, he's picking his style, right? And they're probably in Walmart or something, shopping. And because, you know, the kid's, like, taken after his dad probably, he's like, yo, I want these. Probably pointed to them and was like, I want those. Right? I highly doubt Chris was, like, strapping his kid down, like, forcing, wear these high heels, Tucker. Wear them. I'm going to make you wear them. It was probably literally just, like, the kid pointed them out and it was like, hey, I want to wear those. There's, like, nothing wrong with that. Right? And this is, like, some weird, like, conservative shit. Right? So, like, if you have a boy who's like, Dad, I want to wear this dress. And they're like, I want to wear it. You should, as a parent, you should let them wear it. There's literally nothing wrong with that. But, of course, these people are going to say that it's, like, somehow grooming or, like, indoctrination. Like, it's clothes. Like, it's literally clothes that, like, the kid wanted to wear. I don't see the problem here.
This kid's linguistic patterns are still in Goo Goo Gaga tier, you understand, right? He's not asking for things like high heels. And on top of that, the kid...
How do you know that, though? How do you even know that? Again, Cheeto's just making assumptions that probably aren't even true.
Can barely walk properly, so there is no chance he's gonna wear something like high heels, which you need to learn how to walk in additionally. You, Chris, decided that you want to take a shoe most often...
Why do you gotta put this image in your video unless it's a transphobic dog whistle? You gotta love Cheeto's videos.
...worn by women in their 20s or 30s and put that on your little boy's foot. And I wish you would just be honest about it, because if you were being honest, the Snapchat post would read something like, I am a 26-year-old man that is wearing makeup and putting on dresses, something that 99% of 26-year-old men aren't doing. This fact deeply...
Like, do I gotta say anything more about this video? Like, I keep saying, everyone who has a problem with Chris, everyone who's making these commentary videos criticizing Chris, literally the only issue that they got is that Chris is trans. And, like, this video just proves that to me. It literally just proves that to me. Like, Cheeto is just, like, straight up blatantly being transphobic here. Like, wow, dude, way to prove the fucking point.
Upsets me and makes me feel alone, so in order to compensate that and to feel validated in my decisions, I'm going to make my little son look kind of like how I look. I mean, this dude bought high heels the exact size of his little boy's foot. He wanted to...
Hear me out, look at the video Mr. Beast fired Chris. Mr. Beast did not fire Chris. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. There's no way Mr. Beast fired Chris. Mr. Beast. Oh, it's... Bro, it's from a channel called Bullshit Media. Like, it's literally bullshit. It's literally fake news. Like, what? This channel has 155,000 subscribers, and they're called Bullshit Media. Okay. That's funny.
To see his little son wear high heels.
Sounds like a reliable source.
At his
exactly.
son dressed in a way that 99.99% of 2-year-old boys are not dressed. What sort of message are you sending to the world?
If he dressed his daughter in high heels, would anyone care? Like, would anyone give a crap? No, they wouldn't. So, like, I don't see the issue here.
Or anybody who views your page, when you're placing high heels on your son and telling the world about it. This isn't slay, as you put it. This is demented. This is genuinely demented. You need to stop what
How is it demented, dude?
Doing and get a fucking grip, dude. Question for the boys watching right now.
A Cheeto is what happens when you have, like, a sheltered, like, religious kid who, like, doesn't go outside, and they go out into the world, and suddenly they're met with demonic forces, the demonic forces of the real world, and they're just so sensitive that everything's demonic. It's the devil. The devil's coming to corrupt us, guys. It's evil.
How would you feel if you learned just now that when you were 2 years old, 3 years old, or 4 years old, your father was placing high heels on your feet? And then after doing that, he would take pictures of you wearing the heels and post that to his Snapchat story to be seen by millions of people. Would you not just feel violated? Like, if that happened
violated?
To me, I'm picking up my phone, I'm texting my dad, hey, you got 10 minutes
How
to
would
talk?
you feel
and
violated,
then I'm just gonna grill
dude?
him for 10 minutes straight with these questions as to why he felt that would be appropriate. When this kid turns 18, I hope he sues for damages. Matter of fact, I hope he sues for the $1 million that Chris had the audacity to flex on Twitter. Bro, Sunny V2 must be feeling vindicated right now.
This is an awful video. I don't know what I expected from a Cheeto, but
he has gotten weirder and weirder. And the saddest part is there are so
this video is just awful. Like, complete
many people
garbage.
That think and feel exactly how I feel about this.
Like, a Cheeto is what happens when you have, like, 2 brain cells and you think you're smart, and so you make videos talking shit on the internet. That's literally what a Cheeto is.
But they're afraid to say it because of how Chris Tyson looks. and they don't want to come across as transphobic or something like that. They don't want to get labeled as a bigot, and I am not a bigot for simply calling out
No, you are. You literally are, dude. You can't sit here and pretend. You can't sit here and pretend that you're not, dude. I hate this guy.
Come across as transphobic or
you
something
literally
like
are a transphobic piece of shit. Like, just admit it, dude. Like, I'm tired of people like a Cheeto, like, just jumping around, like, pretending. Well, guys, I'm not transphobic. Like, I don't want to come off as transphobic, guys. I don't want to come off as transphobic, guys, but I kind of don't like trans people. That's basically what a Cheeto does. And I just want him to admit it. I just want him to come out and just say it. Because it's annoying that he doesn't. That he continues to, like, play this fake bullshit line.
Almost every single day that's passed since Sunny V2 dropped his video on Chris Tyson, he has gotten weirder and weirder. And the saddest part is there are so many people.
Maybe that's because people like you, ignorant fucks, who, like, can't accept that some people are different. Some people live a different way and don't adhere to a 4,000-year-old book filled with lies. And he's getting harassed for, like, literally no reason. Maybe that has something to do with it. You know, maybe that's why he's responding a bit harshly to his quote-unquote critics, which aren't really critics. Like, honestly, Chris has handled this pretty well. Like, if it were me in this situation, I would be going off every single day. I would be like, fuck you, Sunny V2, you piece of shit. Fuck you, Ben Shapiro, go fuck yourself. Fuck you, Steven Crowder, you divorced your wife, you motherfucker, you closeted homosexual. That's what I would be doing. But Chris is reserved, all right? He's kept it mostly chill. And I praise Chris for doing that. First couple days, maybe Chris was a bit, like, emotionally invested in things, but he's taken a step back, which is what you should do in situations like this, because they want to turn Chris into, like, public enemy number one. That's what these people do.
People that think and feel exactly how I feel about this, but they're afraid to say it because of how Chris Tyson looks, and they don't want to come across as transphobic or something like that. They don't want to get labeled as a bigot, and I am not a bigot for simply calling out this bad behavior, because at the end of the day, this is bad behavior. This is not how you should parent.
What bad behavior? Like, what bad behavior? What are you talking about?
Parents, this isn't how you role model for your son. This is just all wrong. But again,
no, you're all wrong. People like you are the reason that queer kids kill themselves. Like, you would be a shitty parent. You would. You just would.
It's even worse, right? Because you think it's just him posting his son on Snapchat with high heels. And honestly, if that was just it, I think that would still be enough to call out. But this fucking weirdo is buying artwork from pedophiles. Mr. Beast's side.
You know, when you're sitting there saying, this weirdo, you might as well just say what you mean. Just say it. Just say it. This T word. Like, say it. Say it. Say it. Say it, Judo. Say it. Go on, say it.
Posted artwork from disgraced artist known for animated CP. Dude, you are a psychopath. Get help, okay? Admit yourself.
A psychopath?
To rehab.
I love these videos because, like, Cheeto just, like, blatantly says, like, just complete, like, bullshit information and makes all these crazy ass bullshit assumptions. Like, you can't just be like speaking like this on shit that you don't know anything about. Wow, guys, Chris Tyson is a creep. Chris Tyson's a bit weird, bro. He's a weirdo. He's a psychopath. This is, like, the issue with commentary YouTubers. You can't just be throwing words like that around. Like, this is the same motherfucker who, like, falsely accused my friend of being a pedophile and said that I support pedophiles. I don't know why this guy is still throwing these buzzwords around, because it's going to get him in trouble one day.
Or something, and in the now
anyway.
I would have been charitable to Chris Tyson here and say, "Oh, no, he's just joking."
Okay. Actually, I do want to play this part. Okay, so this is the art that, like, Chris bought from Shadman back in, like, 2016. I went over that in another video, and honestly, it does seem like this was bought as some sort of joke. I can't really go into, like, any details, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. And
now,
so
I'm not gonna say that Chris...
a Cheeto here says, now I would be charitable to Chris, but because he posted his kid wearing shoes that I deem to be weird, that's out the window. Now Chris is a pedophile.
Tyson is an EDP or he's a confirmed pedophile or anything like that, because that would just be straight up slander. But like, look at the series of events.
Yeah, but you're alluding to it. You can't just wiggle your way around. I'm not saying this, guys. I'm not saying that. That's like me being like, yo, I'm not saying a Cheeto is a massive piece of shit, guys. I would never say that. But like, that's what you're doing. You're doing exactly that.
That I'm bringing up here, can you not just look at this and think, wow, this is straight up weird? Having an NSFW anime girl painting that was painted by a pedophile hanging up in your house while your kid, who you're putting in high heels, walks around that house? Yeah, no, you're strange. You are a weirdo. And I said this earlier, but it's so true that people are genuinely afraid to say anything negative about this guy because they think that they'll be canceled, or they think...
But you're literally doing just that. What are you talking about? What world are you living in? People are talking constant shit about Chris. They're talking constant shit. Millions of views. Sunny V2's video got like what? How many views does that have? Sunny V2. 6.8 million views. Where he just throws in a bunch of like transphobic dog whistles. Says that, oh, the silent majority is not going to support Chris and that Mr. Beast should drop his friend. Or actually, no, he says, he pushes the argument that Chris, if he wants to save Mr. Beast, if he wants to do the right thing for Mr. Beast's brand, ideally, he should quit Mr. Beast. And you're going to sit here and say that people are scared to criticize Chris? Really? That's what you're going to say. I hate this argument because these right-wing motherfuckers will be like, oh man, these people go trans because they don't want criticism. If you criticize a trans person, you're canceled. No, that's not the issue. You criticizing them is being transphobic. That's not criticism. Transphobia is not criticism. Now, if you want to say, hey, Chris did this thing I didn't like. Like, let's say Chris Tyson, I don't know, punches Mr. Beast or something. No one's gonna be like, wow, you criticizing Chris for punching Mr. Beast? Yo, that's transphobic. No one's going to say that. But when your critique of Chris is, Chris shouldn't take HRT. Chris shouldn't be in Mr. Beast's videos because Chris is trans. Chris shouldn't have come out as trans. Chris should have stayed with his wife. Chris is selfish for being trans. If that's your criticism, that is transphobic, and you deserve to be called out for that. That's the difference, and it should be obvious to you.
I think that they'll be like labeled as a bigot or a transphobe or something if they even levy the smallest crumb of criticism toward this guy. And I have to say, if that's...
Also, I find it funny because I made a video literally talking about these old tweets, right? I literally made a video criticizing Chris Tyson. Like, I don't have an issue criticizing Chris Tyson. And if those tweets were serious, it would have been valid. But those tweets were jokes. They were taken out of context. Very blatantly taken out of context.
That's how you feel. Genuinely, you're a coward. You're spineless. You are a snail. You have no spine. You live in your shell, hoping that nobody comes after you. And I have zero respect for that, okay? None.
That's exactly how I feel about Cheeto. I have zero respect for this guy. So... once again, Chris literally did nothing wrong. Literally nothing. Maybe he shouldn't take pictures of his kid, I guess. But again, that's criticism you can levy against like half of the parents on the internet. It's kind of cringy because like maybe in the future your kid won't like that. I think there's an issue there, but like at the same time, I mean, you literally got massive YouTube channels that are like, yo, Timmy, here's a new toy. Here's a new toy, Timmy. Unbox it. And then they make millions of dollars because little Timmy is sitting there opening the toys for all the other little kids to see. So like, I don't know. if you're gonna criticize Chris for that, then criticize everyone else for that, because it's like a social media issue in general. I got another video from Poncho, which, like a Cheeto, Poncho's gone full like black pill. He's like full on like Andrew Tate. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened to Poncho. Like, I don't. Like, it's crazy to, like, watch these guys get radicalized. It really is. But, like, Poncho's gotten so radicalized that he's now on Rumble. He's now uploading content to Rumble because he's being censored because he can't be transphobic or misogynist on YouTube anymore. Which is, I don't know. It's just kind of sad to see, honestly. So, let's see what, Poncho has to say about a Cheeto. Right? He uploaded this video. Chris is a nightmare.
So I gave my take on the whole Chris situation in this video.
A nightmare? Chris is a problem for Mr. Beast. I watched that video. It was, of course, just more transphobic bullshit. Here, let's switch this to Chris is a nightmare. Chris is a nightmare. It's like, it's just sad to see this shit get 21,000 likes. Like, these kids don't even know. They don't even know they're being fed this bullshit. They really don't know. Like, it really is just sad to see. And, like, all you motherfuckers in the chat, right? You're gonna grow up, right? You're gonna get older, and you're gonna look back, and you're gonna be like, oh, God, I was a piece of shit. Oh, God, I was lied to. Oh, man, my view of the world was wrong. Maybe these people were right. Maybe I was a piece of shit. Maybe I should look myself in the mirror and say, what the fuck? What the hell did I believe? Why did I believe that? That's not true. And I know that because that was me a few years ago. It's the same bullshit. It's the same bullshit. These grifters pull the same bullshit every few fucking years. And you all are falling victim to it. A Cheeto's falling victim to it. Poncho's falling victim to it. Sensitive Society is falling victim to it. And it sucks to see. Although they're less victims because they're profiting off of it. You guys, more than anyone, are victims of this shit. Anyway, let's see what Poncho has to say, alright? How is Chris a nightmare? Let's check this out, alright? Maybe Chris, like, murdered some orphans and I didn't know.
Right here. And if you didn't see that video, my take was that promoting HRTUs to a bunch of kids is a bad thing to do and irresponsible.
Bro, what the fuck do I even say to that? Like, we're 10 seconds in, and he's just being straight up transphobic. He's literally pulling the, yo, don't promote it to kids. That's grooming. That's grooming. Like, 10 seconds in the video. Like, bro, be less blatant about it if you want to go on pretending that you're not a bigoted piece of shit.
My take was that promoting HRTUs to...
And that's not even really what he's doing. He's not promoting HRT usage to kids. He made a tweet being like, hey, I've been on HRT. It saved my life. What is the issue with that? Unless you view being trans as inherently bad.
To a bunch of kids is a bad thing to do and irresponsible. I also explained that I think injecting hormones isn't a smart thing to do, and I don't have a problem with...
Oh God, my camera died. No. Bro, you gotta be kidding me. I hate this camera. I hate this phone. Injecting HRT. Injecting HRT. Bro, it's not heroin. It's not heroin. It's freaking hormones, dude. You have them pumping through your veins right now. What is this argument?
Smart thing to do, and I don't have a problem with Chris doing it because that's his decision and he can make that himself. It doesn't affect me at all. But as I said, where I thought it was...
Well, you clearly do have an issue, or you wouldn't have brought it up in the first place.
Was a problem was that he was showing this stuff to kids and basically endorsing it and making a commercial for it.
Okay, you know, here's a
with that one Twitter.
Here's a good comparison here. All right, here's a good comparison here that I'm gonna bring up, okay? So Chris Tyson is trans, right? Is taking the treatment, the medicine that they need to be happy, to live a fulfilling life, to get the proper right treatment, right? And so Chris literally just made a post being like, yo guys, I took this, I'm on this treatment and it's helping me. This is like someone with ADHD being like, guys, I've been on Adderall for the last couple months. It's like really helping me. I've had ADHD my entire life. I've been suffering from ADHD. But now, because I've gotten this treatment, I'm happier. This is life-saving medication. There's not an issue there. That's basically what Chris was doing with his tweet. Now, Chris isn't saying, oh, hey, little Timmy, go take HRT. That's not what he's doing. That's not what he's doing whatsoever. He literally just made a post saying, I got this treatment. It's helping me. It's life-saving treatment. You should leave people alone and stop trying to ban this treatment, basically. People should be allowed to make informed decisions about their own body.
Twitter post he made saying HRT saved his life. And again, I just want to clarify before I go based poncho mode. I believe people who identify as another gender have a mental disorder. And
Bro, no. No, Poncho, no. Goddamn, like 37 seconds, every single word of this video is just transphobic talking points.
And I believe the topic of transgenderism should be approached as such when being discussed. That mental disorder being gender dysphoria. And if you take that as disrespect, you're wrong. All I'm doing is stating.
No, you're wrong, Poncho. You are wrong. You are the one who is wrong. Again, I made the comparison to ADHD because I think that's a good comparison, right? Even if you want to play the argument that gender dysphoria is a mental disorder or whatever, it's a mental disability or something. Again, you can make the comparison to ADHD. What is the issue with Chris making that post? There literally is no issue there. And if Chris had ADHD and made a tweet being like, yo guys, I got ADHD. I was diagnosed with ADHD. I've been suffering with this my whole life. I finally got treatment for having ADHD. What would be the issue there?
Stating a fact. That's it. Not trying to disrespect anybody. I'll respect anybody who respects me, right? Now, Chris decided to reveal a much weirder side, and I'd argue darker side to this whole situation.
Oh, really?
He posted on his Snapchat story a picture of his son in high heels. And
bro, who cares, dude?
To slay this morning.
Who cares?
The
Who literally cares? I can point to Poncho's channel, all right? You want to know what Poncho promotes to his child audience, okay? He's first of all, he's a fan of Sneeko. He's a fan of Andrew Tate. He promotes Andrew Tate to children. Andrew Tate is being framed. Bro, this guy literally sexually assaulted multiple women. And you're gonna promote that guy to your child audience? Oh wow, not only this, it's finally time. Look what Poncho announced. I think this is far more harmful than trans people existing. Oh wow, look, Poncho is promoting Rumble, redacted news. I don't even need to watch this, but it's literally just a right-wing echo chamber that you're promoting to your child fans, that you're promoting to your audience. You got 5,000 people to come over here and follow you, and now they're going to be pushed into this pipeline of right-wing content. I feel like that is more harmful than anything that Chris has ever tweeted or said or done.
Two different viewpoints of how this picture can be interpreted, and I'm gonna break down both of them. One way to look at this is Chris is deciding to confuse his son by putting high heels onto him.
How is that gonna confuse his son? Dude, they're just shoes. They're just shoes, my dude. That's not gonna confuse them. He's not gonna be like, oh my god, I got these shoes on my feet. What? Like, This argument's so brain dead.
High heels are for girls. That's just common sense. And Tucker's a boy. Now,
high heels are not for girls. Now, stereotypically and I guess traditionally, maybe, sure, but like they're literally just a piece of clothing. Clothes do not have gender. They're just clothes. They're not going to confuse the kid because the kid at this point probably has no concept of gender whatsoever.
this is what most people think is the case, and they're mad about it, as they should be mad. A father trying to influence their own kid to act like the opposite gender is some weirdo stuff. People have every right to say, what the
What is the issue? I don't really get the issue here. This literally is not an issue or not a problem.
to this, right? Especially when you take into account that Chris doesn't have a daughter. So you know he specifically bought these shoes or these heels for his son to wear. It seems like he's trying to influence him. And you know damn well no little...
Well, even if he were, what is the issue there? Like let's say hypothetically, right? Chris is trying to influence his kid to be more feminine. What is the issue there? Unless being feminine is inherently wrong. Is that what you're trying to say here, Pancho? Do you have an issue with femininity? Is there a problem there? Because I don't think there's a problem there.
Little boy wants high heels unless they've been influenced by somebody like Chris. When I was a little kid, I wanted like Batman shoes. I wanted toy cars. I wanted to watch Pokemon, bro. I didn't want heels. Now,
yeah, but technically you were influenced as well to like those things. So it's like the same thing. You just don't realize it.
moving on from that take, the second
No boy is born just being like, yo, daddy, I like Batman. Because they don't even know what the fuck Batman is. They're not just born and like, oh, I like cars. Come out the womb. Yo, I want to watch me some Batman. I want some toy cars. I want to play basketball. These are all socially influenced things
way you can look at
that
this
they're
is
exposed
that Chris
to as kids.
understands the uproar that he created on the internet.
But they're not gonna call that grooming, right? Is how's like without logic that they use against trans people by exposing kids to trans people by just saying, "Hey, little Timmy, some people are trans. Some people, they feel a disconnect between their assigned sex and their gender." Right? If you tell little Timmy that, how is that any different than being like, yo, little Timmy, you're a man. And so when you grow up, you have to do this, you have to do that. You got to be man. You got to be strong. How is that not also grooming?
Twitter, everywhere, TikTok, and he's using this picture as a way to get back at people like criticizing him and to piss them off. And I'd argue that it's equally as fucked up on his end. One, because he's still making his son wear high heels at the end of the day, which is weird. And two, because he's quite literally using his own boy as a pawn for internet clout. I don't see any other reason why he would dress his son in heels and post it to Instagram other than those two reasons. It's got to be...
He posted this to his Snapchat story, though. So, like, literally the only people who are going to see this are people who follow Chris on his Snapchat story. So it's not like he's not really gaining clout. He's just, like, sharing a moment to his followers. That's what Snapchat stories are for, right? So, like, you're going out to eat, and you'd be like, yo, guys, I'm out to eat, and you would snap a picture of that. That's basically all this is, right? Tucker, most likely, again, I don't necessarily know if this is the case. No one knows what the full context of this picture is. There's, like, really no way you can really know for sure. But I'm guessing most likely this is the scenario, right? Tucker picks out these shoes, puts them on, or is like, is pointing to the shoes or clearly wants them on, right? And so Chris just snaps a picture and is like, yo, guys, look, my kid's slaying today.
One of the two. But Pancho, what if they're just having fun? What if they're just joking around? Hey, if I got any fathers watching this video right now, would you dress your son in heels just as a joke, knowing that heels are an indicator of femininity? Or better yet,
if my son wanted to wear heels, fuck yeah, I would. I wouldn't give a shit. If my kid wants to wear a dress or put on makeup or anything, well, makeup might be something that you would allow them to wear once they get older. Makeup's a bit different, but like if my kid, like let's say my kid's like a 5-year-old kid and wants to wear a dress, I don't give a shit. Wear whatever the fuck you want within reason, obviously. But it's just like, it's just a piece of fabric. And I think as a parent, you should let your kid wear whatever makes them comfortable. Again, within reason, right?
Yeah, moms, I have a question for you. Would you put your young daughter in a beauty pageant? The correct answer for both is...
Wait, how are these directly comparable, though? Also, people do put their young kids into beauty pageants. Okay, there's like literally, there's literally teen beauty pageants. That's how like JoJo Siwa got her initial like rise to fame, because she was on this like teenage beauty pageant show as a kid. But how those two things are not directly comparable. Beauty pageants are fucking weird in general. So signing your kid up to a beauty pageant is fucking weird. The comparison you want to make here is, yo, mothers, if your daughter wanted to wear overalls, would you let them? And most mothers would be like, yeah, I don't give a shit. Because the thing is, right, that's been normalized. Women or AFABs are allowed to be a bit more masculine, to wear more masculine clothes. But for some reason, society, like if a male, someone born masculine, someone born male, wants to dress more femininely or wear things that are stereotypically or do things that are stereotypically feminine, suddenly there's an issue there. Do you not see there's a problem with that? That's something that needs to be unpacked? That shouldn't be a thing, right? That's honestly, that's kind of sexist towards men. That's an unfair social standard. If women are allowed to be more masculine, why can't men be more feminine? What's the issue there? And that's because society in general views femininity as inferior, because our society is misogynistic.
No, okay? And if you disagree, then I would love to hear what you have to say. Please, let me know why I'm wrong. Because first of all, I know I'm right. Second of all, the reason why you probably take that stance is because you got some weird, backwards, sick stuff going on in your head. Defending a grown man buying high heels for his son and dressing him in them, and then posting it to social media is crazy. Moving on from that point, there was also, get this, an article that says Mr. Beast's sidekick posted artwork from a disgraced artist known for animated CP. Title really says it all. This dude Chris bought artwork from a known pedo artist who did drawings of CP, and he had...
I mean, you're missing some important context, right? And I explained this in my own video. I went over a thread of who Shadman was. All right, back in the day, it wasn't generally known that he was a weirdo, that he drew CP. And even the people who did know, right, when Shadman did start drawing this stuff, like he drew this weird CP shit of Keemstar's daughter, right, when he did start doing that, a lot of people on the right, right, the right, people on the right, conservatives, they defended Shadman's right to draw CP because it's quote-unquote free speech. So a lot of people defended Shadman at the time. Now, I'm pretty sure when Chris bought that art from Shadman, Chris had no idea that Shadman was drawing that stuff.
He has it hung in his house where his child stays at.
How do you know that he has this hung up in his house? Like, you're just making that assumption. Chris made what I assume, honestly, I can say what I know to be a joke tweet, right? He bought this art from the Shadman guy, posted it to his Twitter as a meme, like literally got fidget spinners on it, right? It's very clearly a meme, clearly like an edgy joke. They have a hat on that says I have autism. Like, this is not what these people are exactly painting it out to be. And I'm pretty sure that's really all there is to it. That this was some sort of like edgy joke tweet for Chris.
artist who did drawings of CP, and he has it hung in his house.
Do you think the Carl effect is real? Yeah, man. Carl's just making everyone gay. Like, Carl is just so hot, so attractive. All right, just like, here we go. Carl let's find him. Carl Jacobs. Okay. Well, like, just look at this man. All right, he has true supernatural abilities. Okay, let's switch this. Like, my God, oh God, oh golly gee, like he just has the superhuman ability to turn anyone gay. All right, like, Carl is like the frogs, is like the chemicals in the water that's turning the frogs gay. Like, just look at this man, okay? One look, and it's over. One look and you're gay. He just has that effect on all men, on all people. He just makes everyone gay. Like, look at this. You can see him working his evil gremlin magic on Mr. Beast. Look at him. Just look at how uncomfortable he is right now, because Carl is using his psychic powers to make Mr. Beast gay. Yes, that's what's happening. Yes, I believe 100% in the Carl effect. It's real. It's happening. And you're next. All right? We're all going to be gay because of Carl Jacobs. He just has that effect. He really, really does. It's crazy, guys. That's my take. All right, that's my take on the Carl effect.
Where his child stays at. The only word to describe this is fucking weird. You think this is a good environment for a kid? And listen, I'm not trying to say anything when I say that. I'm just trying to ask the question.
Really? You're not trying to say any... No, you are trying to say something when you say that, right? You're saying, okay, this is like kind of weird, like CPR, right? And if Chris, right, is like grooming his kid, right, and has this hanging up on his wall, maybe Chris is a pedophile and is grooming his kid. Maybe that's what's going on. That's what you're clearly insinuating.
For a child, when you have the father promoting HRT use on Twitter to little kids, while also having a painting on the wall that was drawn by a child-loving artist, I would say, hell no. But nowadays, we got a lot of different people with a lot of different inclusive and polite opinions. So if you do think this is fine, let me know why in the comments. I would love to hear why you're defending this. Make sure you don't get too much sweat on the keyboard while you're typing it down, because I know that's something that happens to y'all a lot.
I swear on my life, man, these Twitter keyboard warriors, might as well call them the Depression Warriors, because they ain't ever beaten that shit. Also, Chris, come to my playground and hit some push-ups with me instead of dressing your son like a city girl.
Woo! Yeah! Mr. Beast, if you're watching this video, I doubt you are, but your homeboy Chris, I think it's time to let him go. I think it's time for you to snip him off and let him go on his own journey, I don't think this is a good idea for your business, and I think we can both agree, but hey, what do I know?
Well, that is it for today, guys. I will be doing the gritty for each like, so don't forget to molest the like button. And make sure to comment down below each like, so don't forget to...
Why are you playing clips of kids with Joe Biden saying molest the like button? Yo, I'm not saying anything, guys, but that's kind of weird. That's a bit weird, guys. It's a bit weird. Is this a naked baby? Dude, why do you got a naked baby hitting the like button? What are you implying here, dude? This is kind of weird, bro. That's my take. That's my take on Poncho's video. So, like, once again, just nothing here. There is nothing here. I don't really see what Chris has done. Like, yeah, there's a few things you can criticize him for. Yeah, he made some weird, fucked up, edgy jokes back in the day. Some of them are a bit weird. Some of them probably deserve some sort of context. All right, sure. Right, maybe you should apologize for some of it, but that's like it. Maybe you shouldn't post pictures of his kid on the internet. Okay, I don't think any parent realistically should do that, but that's just such a weird normalized thing in our society that people do, so it's not like a specific issue with Chris Tyson. I just don't see why
Molest the like button.
people have turned Chris just existing into such a huge issue. This is like the outrage. It reminds me exactly of the outrage against Dylan Mulvaney. It's like the same bullshit. Like, no matter what she does, she's just under complete scrutiny. And people act like she's freaking... I don't even know a good comparison. She's the next... Chris Chan! I'll say Chris Chan. That's who they compare Chris, and that's who they compare Dylan Mulvaney to. And they act like, oh, they're directly comparable, when in reality, they're not. What, Dylan Mulvaney is a bit cringe? So what? Oh, wow. What, Chris made edgy jokes back in the day like everyone else? So what? Will you react to his first video? Didn't we all make edgy jokes? Yeah, exactly. Bro, if my edgy jokes got out, I would be canceled, okay? Well, actually, I kind of already have been canceled because my shit's pretty much all public, okay? I have no dirty laundry because it's all out there, all right? All right, I went on Discord one time, I said some no-no words, and that's all out there, okay? All right, is my camera back on? I think it is. I gotta get this working again. All right. Okay, here we go. Shit. Okay, let's see. Now I can switch back because now camera is on. It's not aligned properly, but it is back on, sort of. Okay, I guess that's fine. It's not aligned properly, which is slightly annoying. So, I mean, it looks like I wasn't wrong about Chris Tyson. I think that's what I'm coming away from watching those two videos. It's just like, what's the word? It's just nothing. They're making a big deal out of, like, literally nothing and just making assumptions on literally nothing. That's basically what I'm getting from this. Thank you guys for the donations, by the way. I'm here to influence the people, okay? We got lots of W's, we got L's in the chat. Hey, you guys stick around. You L's stick around, all right? Maybe you'll get influenced, all right? Maybe I can bring you into the cult. Because it's better. It's better on the other side, I promise. It's a lot better. It's a lot brighter over here. Nah, making your kid wear shoes is just wrong. True. I think kids, they should be naked. You're right. Like, making your kid wear shoes is just bad. Like, they should just walk around barefoot. But, of course, society these days makes kids wear shoes. It's, like, very unfortunate. WLGBTQ. Kids are always picky with shoes. No one cared during the 6-year span. Chris making the jokes and coming out as trans. Yeah, exactly. Right? Those were tweets that Chris tweeted publicly, and no one cared. Can I VC you? Yeah. You can. We can VC. It makes sense that Chris is trans. Like, 1 out of 10 YouTube creators are trans. Yeah, I don't know why that is. I think it just has to do with, like, not being able to, like, express yourself. And I think that plays a part into just being, I don't know, finding some sort of outlet, finding some sort of creative outlet. I think there's something to be said there. A lot of YouTubers are also autistic, and there's, like, a high correlation there between autism or neurodivergence in general and, like, gender dysphoria, which I mean, honestly, that's debatable. I probably shouldn't bring that statistic up because it could just be. It's not that neurodivergent people have higher levels of gender dysphoria. It could just be their, they have sort of more of an understanding of their selves, and unlike neurotypical people, are more likely to like recognize the gender dysphoria. But yeah. Can you get some mods, please? Yeah. Add moderator. Bam. What else do I have? What else do I have in this docket? Was I wrong about Chris? Nope. Jaden Animations canceled. Oh, yeah. I did make a video on that. It's really stupid. So, like, Jay Schlatt is doing this new show. Where they, like, debate just random shit. Did Schlatt win? And Jaden Animations made, like, she, like, because I guess Jay Schlatt was saying, this Pokemon is God, right? This Pokemon's God. And so Jaden, who's, like, on the side of lions, a billion lions versus a Pokemon, right? Her argument was, oh, God died, God's weak, or something like that. But then all these people, they started going after her, saying, this is blasphemy. How dare you disrespect God? Fuck you. We're gonna cancel you. But it's like, it's literally a Jay Schlatt video. Like, how can you be a fan of Jay Schlatt and be that fucking sensitive? It literally makes no sense. And I've made the same exact criticism to all the edgy, or to all the sensitive little gay people on Twitter. I'm like, bro, why are you trying to cancel Jay Schlatt? Like, if you're watching Jay Schlatt, you know he's an edgy boy. Shut the fuck up. Don't watch him then if the jokes are hurting you so bad. And I literally had a clip from another episode of the show, right? Hit my recommended on TikTok. And it was Ludwig being like, yo, I'm going to make an island, right? Like Epstein's Island. And it was like a joke, right? That was the joke. It's like, I'm pretty sure joking about that is a lot worse than Jaden's joke. Now, there's nothing wrong with either of their jokes, but I'm just making the point that, like, no one, literally no one, tried to cancel Ludwig for making that joke. On the same show, right? Both edgy jokes, right? Ludwig, nothing. There's nothing. But Jaden Animations, she has the entire fucking fourth, I don't know what the entire religious army at her throat because she made like a lighthearted joke being like, God's weak, or Jesus died, or something. Like, who literally cares? It's really stupid. So that's what I wanted to say about the Jaden Animations thing. Elon, oh god, I guess I could go over Elon Musk's secret account. Okay, here we go. Femyaz is called. I will start voice call.
Yo, what is up?
Hello, what is up?
Anyways, yeah, it seems like a lot of people in chat. Oh, Ethan and Devin says, hey, Femyos, can I ask you something? Yes, you can. What would you like to ask me? I wonder. Turn on my camera, because why not?
Okay.
Oh, anyways. It's funny because a lot of people seem to not understand how inconsistent their worldviews are. So they've upgraded. I don't know what you mean by they've upgraded. Hold on, I'm gonna stop reading chat for a minute. So I'm guessing that all of the people who are posting L in chat and whatnot, are of the belief that sex and gender are the same thing. And I'm going to assume that they're also of the belief that sex and gender are the same thing. Now, these two positions are mutually exclusive, and I'll explain why. So, if gender and sex are the same thing, and there are only two genders, then what gender are intersex people? Well, if there are only two genders, then they would have to be male or female, right? Yet sex is not a binary, it's a bimodal distribution. If you disagree with me on that, you just disagree with the scientific consensus. You may as well just start claiming that the Earth is flat at that point. It's been established a long time ago. So, if intersex people... So, you would have to acknowledge that non-binary people exist in that... So, if gender is dictated by biological sex, then intersex people are non-binary. So, you have to acknowledge the fact that non-binary people exist. If intersex people are men or women, then you are acknowledging that sex and gender are not the same thing, and that, yes, these are arbitrary social categorizations, in which case you cannot appeal to biological sex. You will then have to explain why your idea of the way we should socially categorize these people not only serves utility, but should be obligatory. So, I rest my case. You were born either female or male. Then why do intersex people exist? There are only two genders. Okay. So what gender are intersex people? Can anybody answer that? Hello? Chat. Come on, chat. Hey, chat. Can you answer the question? Chat.
Yeah, hold on.
Oh, chat got real quiet.
I got a question. All right, oh wait, where's a good picture? I got a question for chat, all right? What gender is this person I'm showing on screen right now? What gender would you consider this person? Leave your answers in the comments. What gender is this person? Man? This is a man to you? You must be hella gay, bro. Like, this is a man? Are you like are you smoking crack? What are you talking about? How is this person a man? How is this a man to you?
Show me on stream. I'm actually, so for those of you who don't know, I'm actually a trans man. I was born female. I've been on HRT for a couple of years. So I want to know if people think I'm a man or a woman. Somebody said woman. Here, wait, show me on screen. Because I know that these people think that they can tell. Because, you know.
Accidentally leaks. Like, okay, there we go. Yeah, what gender is the person on screen right now, if you had to guess?
Yeah. Hello, I've been on HRT for a couple of years. Does this look like woman to you? You don't pass? Guy? Looks like a guy to me. Ah, so why are trans men valid, but not trans women? You are a woman by birth. You cannot transition in a state of nature. God, wow, thank you guys for affirming my gender. I really appreciate that. Wow, you guys are so nice to me. You know, as a trans man, this makes me feel real good. So I had top surgery a couple months ago, and so as you can see, got my chest. I don't want to. You are your original gender. You have a very nice man face. I like it. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Bro, you look like a starving Ethiopian. I'm gonna show that message. It was a hidden message and YouTube filtered it out automatically, but that's funny. All right, now I'll give you credit for that one. That one was actually good. Doesn't asking what gender are they get neglected when you tell your transphobic audience that they are trans beforehand? This argument only stands in the face of good faith dancers. Um. Yeah, no one wants to say if I'm I'm getting mixed results. On people aren't sure if I'm a man or a woman. What if it was a trick question and I was intersex the whole time? What if I'm intersex? Then what gender am I, guys? What if I have both a vagina and a penis?
What do you think of Trump's campaign to end the multiple gender thing? It's kind of cringe. That's what I think about it.
Trump is cringe in general.
Yeah, do you remember?
What is
do
intersex?
you guys remember that time like Trump lost the election, but instead he just whined on Twitter. He was like, "The election was stolen from me." It's like it's kind of cringe, you know?
Yeah. You're not real then? Oh shit, I'm not real. Fuck, I'm disappearing. Oh wait, fuck, this is a live stream, not a YouTube video. If I was recording a segment for a YouTube video right now, I would pretend to be disappearing, and then there would be like an effect on screen where it's like, "Oh fuck, I'm disappearing," and then I'm slowly disappearing as it fades away to me not being there. Bro, you're just retarded like bro. Alright, Shanks Zbeck, you wanna debate me? You wanna debate? You can add me on Discord. You know, my here, wait, Jalen, can I add people to debate
Sure.
if they want to
sure
debate
thing.
me?
Sure.
Alright, I'll pin a message with my.
All right, we're
I think I
running
can put
debate
messages
ops
as
right
mod,
now.
Alright, I put
Intersex
my,
equals gods.
Yeah. I guess I get to choose my gender. It's female or fel male.
I have no
Looks
idea
like, I
if
feel
they're
like
a
some
man or a
people,
woman.
some people I think don't like Jewish people. I don't know. I think somebody was dog whistling that. I think they think I'm Jewish for some reason. I mean, I do work for the Jewish cabal, you know. I get paid directly by George Soros. Hey, Femios, do you support Russia or USA? Me personally, Russia. Oh, shit, we got a tanky in chat, everybody. We got a tanky in chat. Oh, nah. Oh, nah. Why are there tankies in chat? Supporting Russia is the Nazi position. True. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Can anybody explain one difference between Zionists?
Oh shit. Okay. Well, I guess that ended the original call there.
All right. Who's this Cuban guy?
I'm not here to debate. I just wanted to call the people that are fucking transphobic retarded.
I bet.
Okay. I have to say this, and it's controversial, fucking probably to them. Who's affecting you when someone's transgender? Who? Who's
Literally.
Sometimes these people are like miles away. Like Chris, this person could be in fucking whatever, fucking fuck nowhere in the state of north of me, and Chris is doing nothing to them. Their existence, your existence is not gonna fucking kill me.
Literally.
The only way fucking Jalen existence is gonna threaten me is if she's holding a knife and then she's coming at me. Or yours.
Real.
Just generally saying. I was like, I want to see what chat thinks.
Oh god.
Just
wait. Actually, I have a trans research doc now. I think they're not gonna like it if I pull it up. Something tells me. Wait, how do you?
Trans.
Wait,
hold on. Trans does
account.
not equal gay. Homosexuality can exist in a state of nature, but transitioning can only occur with unnatural and questionable HRT.
What?
Wait, unnatural according to what standard?
Yeah.
What is unnatural? Is shitting on a toilet natural? What about cancer treatment? Just let the tumor grow. That's the way God designed you. It's the stupidest shit.
Yeah, I don't like those arguments. It's unnatural. Yeah, so is fucking
It's
driving a
unnatural.
fucking car. So is fucking
Yeah.
driving a car and taking a plane. God would fucking smite us down if you want to go the religious route. God would should fucking smite us down for getting into a fucking car.
Yeah, you can make the same argument with like antibiotics. You could be like, yeah, you're alive, but those antibiotics are unnatural. You're only alive because of the unnatural antibiotics.
Okay, somebody added me on Discord. Hold on.
Wait.
Wait,
I have
I need
another
to.
thing. It's unnatural to have kids. Don't forget, Adam and Eve guy shouldn't have had those kids. It was a bad thing. Fucking hell. I'm not that religious, but I fucking do my research, and I've been Christian. Granted, like the Christians I talk to are very accepting of LGBTQ people, and I'm bisexual, so I should say that. But it's just like the other people are like, why are you like this right now? Why do you?
All right, I'm adding a transphobe to the call. Let's see how long they can last in a debate.
I'll mute for a second. So I want to hear their argument before I jump in.
I'll try and be good faith. Yeah, I'm not gonna like talk over them unless they say some real stupid shit. Join the call.
Okay,
Alright,
this
you have
person already looks very sus. Oh, they didn't answer. They've like a what
Yeah.
is that flag in their background?
I don't know.
Show me the flag. I might know.
Also, you probably shouldn't show them on Oh, okay, yeah, never mind. I'm looking at the stream now. Okay, yeah, good. Sometimes people will like send gore and shit when you add randoms.
The flag is
Hey,
anti-furry.
join the call, you fucking retard. Or you're perma banned from chat. You have 3 minutes.
HRT doesn't have
loser.
long-term studies? No, it does have long-term
There we
studies. It's been used for decades. What are you talking
Dude,
about? There are
If you don't have enough
literally
of a
long-term
fucking
studies.
spine to join the call, when you talk this much shit, then there's
What
no
I
reason to keep
say
you
is
around in
stay
chat.
eventually.
Okay? I'm giving you a platform. I'm giving you the opportunity of your life to maybe change all of our minds, you know? I don't want to use my voice. Yeah, because you're fucking spineless. You're banned from chat. You are banned from chat until you can fucking debate me. Fucking retard. Fucking wasting my time. Hide user from channel. Get fucked, loser. Alright, you're unbanned when you join the call, retard. Because you're too much of a fucking spineless loser to debate me. Yeah, get fucked, loser. Alright. Anyone else want to talk shit? Hey, Femios, can you add me so I can join? Yeah, sure. Hold on. Who else? Lumocore and Octo Squid. Alright. Hold on. Let me... Alright.
Okay, I'm gonna pull up a game just so the
If
stream's
you can
a bit
remove
interesting.
the and
yeah,
iDoit guy or whatever
will
from
remove you.
yeah. Yeah, they're too spineless to Alright, look, I saw Octo Squid in chat and Lumicore. Alright. I'll add them. Alright. Let's see here. Hopefully they join. Apparently somebody sent you a request, Jalen. So yeah, just check your friend requests and then like add people that are oh yeah, I actually have a debate point. I will join the call. Okay, yeah, hold on. Yeah. Hold on one sec. Add friends. Alright. If y'all okay, y'all gotta join the calls though if you wanna
Hello?
you know. Yo, sup?
Hey, hi.
You said you wanted to make a point?
Yeah, I do. So I just want to
Alright.
preface this by saying that I am a trans ally. I believe in trans rights,
Hell yeah.
and I think it's okay for children to be on puberty blockers, but I don't think children should take HRT.
Well, I think, well, okay, if they're 16 though, if they're 16 or older, they're of the age of medical consent. The age of medical consent is 16 usually. I'm pretty sure.
I still feel like they should be an adult before they take HRT, because HRT can have for example, when you develop breasts because of HRT, the breast can be reduced if you get off HRT, but because of the fat, but
Well,
the breast tissue will
the
not
thing
go
is,
away.
though, you could make the same argument about puberty in general, right? If you force a trans kid through like the wrong puberty, it's literally the like same exact outcome there. They're both
Yes,
like
that's why
directly
I support
Yeah.
puberty blockers.
Can
That's why I
I-
support beauty blockers.
Can I
I'm
ask
pretty
a
sure, and I
question?
could be wrong on this. I need to do a little bit more research on puberty blockers specifically, but I think you can only be on them for so long. Otherwise, it's not healthy. I don't think. I could be wrong on that. I don't quote me on it, but I'm pretty
I-
sure like it's like once you've used them for a certain amount of time, then you got to make your decision. I'm not sure how long that is, but
I do want to ask a question. What is the adult age to you? Like, because adult is a lot of words, like in a legal context and in a real life context
we're-
and all that.
well, there's a difference between adult and being of the age of medical
I'm on my
consent. These
way.
are not always the same.
Yeah, that's
There's a
what I'm saying.
distinction.
That's what I'm asking. Is like, I want him to be a little more specific, if that's your pronouns. I want more specific because I used to work for a government agency.
I think the lag
and
is fixed
there's
now.
a lot
I
of
think
things
so.
that it is. In the state of Colorado, you are considered an adult when you hit 18, legally. But in the state of Colorado, you can be also on your parents' Medicare until you're 26.
Well, hold on. The thing is, though, when
Well-
do people go through puberty in general? Like, when do they hit the like heights of puberty? I think that's when they
would
should
be around-
they should be allowed to like go on HRT, because it's like they're on puberty blockers, right, to like block the wrong puberty, and they're usually on them for like a few years before they decide like, okay, yeah, I'm trans, I want to transition, and then they get put on to hormones so that they can go through puberty, because you
Yeah.
have to go through puberty at some point.
Exactly. That's what I was asking. It's like puberty is around like 16 to. If I'm wrong, I can be always wrong. I don't mind relenting on that, but it could be like 16, 15. It's usually like when you're start of high school or start at the end of middle school.
Although
usually.
usually probably go on blockers around like 12, 14, probably
Yeah.
around that time is where you would start going through puberty. Around that
Yeah,
age.
well, yeah,
Yeah.
well, I think generally, like, I think 16 is a good age, to start HRT, because it's like you don't wanna start puberty when you're 18, right? Like that's
Yeah.
not ideal, right? It's like you can, but it's like it's preferable. Like I would argue that the most preferable way to do it would be basically having it be similar to like what a slightly later than average puberty would be like. Okay, some people are late bloomers, right? It's like, okay, you'd be like that, but like with HRT, that makes sense.
I think it's just kind of a case by case basis, honestly, is probably really how it should be handled. Cause there might be some people oh shit. My stream, okay, I'm lagging. But there might be some people who have in the past started hormones like younger than 16. There's probably been people who started them older, and it just kind of depends on like what the doctor decides usually. That's how like a lot of procedures, a lot of medication in general works.
Idoit says he'll VC now. All right, I'll add him back.
I do have to say is like I have an aunt that is trans, and I say male to female, and I call her aunt because I love her as an aunt should, and she's really nice. I actually like hanging out with her. I should see if when I go back to Oregon, I should talk with her again. But I have a trans aunt, and so she did it later, but the only reason why she did was because her father was kind of the asshole.
All right.
Well, you guys bring up some really good points. I do think 18 might be a little bit late to be starting puberty, but
Yeah. I mean, it's not like 16-year-olds like aren't able to like think for themselves to an extent, right? It's like and like there's a reason why it like there's a spectrum of freedoms and responsibilities where it's like you get closer to the more freedom and responsibility side of things as you age, right? It's like the worst way to parent your kid is to like from ages 0 to 17 they're just like a child with no freedom or responsibility, and then, oh, you're 18, get out of my house, bitch, right? It's like obviously like they become more and more autonomous as they get older, right? So it's like a
Yeah.
16-year-old
well,
can consent to something medical, right? But they can't consent to having sex with like a 30-year-old, right? Like
No.
there's obvious reasons for that.
I do have a
I
question.
Hmm.
How young do you think a person could consent to having HRT?
I would say 16 for me. Personally.
I'd say personally, I believe 14 or 15, but I understand that some people aren't comfortable with that, so I don't usually argue
I'd say it's just like
for
it's
decreasing.
a case by case basis. I mean, the thing is though,
Yeah.
with like any other treatment or like medicine, right? Let's say you have like ADHD, or let's say you have I don't know if you would get diagnosis early, but you have like schizophrenia or you're bipolar or something, right? You get diagnosed at like age 12 or something. They would probably put you on like medication for those like disorders or those issues. If you have ADHD, they'll give you like Adderall, right? They give like 5-year-olds Adderall. So what is it about trans healthcare that has this like crazy standard, right? If you give a 5-year-old Adderall for their ADHD, that's not grooming. No one's gonna be like, oh wow, this is grooming kids, this is grooming minors. But when it comes to trans healthcare, there's such this like crazy I guess debate surrounding it, when really it's just a medical issue. It's just a case by case basis, and whatever the doctors and the parents and the person themselves decide is just really how it goes.
Yeah,
Okay,
agree
some
with that,
idiot
but-
from chat, Pedro from Rio, you have 3 minutes to add me on Discord or you're banned. Okay, I'll add you to the GC. Okay, and you can debate. All right, if you want to say stupid shit in chat, you better be able to defend your dog shit position. Okay, I'll put my Discord in chat in case you don't have it. Hold on.
I do have to say that one thing about Adderall is it's overprescribed and it is a problem in this country. So that's why I'm like, I'm the person that I'm not going into the medical field. I'm going into the law field as in a career. But when you say that, it's like on my side is like I don't want to prescribe someone unless they actually need it. Because if you're prescribing a 5-year-old Adderall, you're saying to that kid is that you're just too much for the teacher. That's what I think. You're too much for
it
the
can
teacher.
genuinely. Well, no, because it can genuinely help them focus and whatnot. It can make them do way better academically. Okay, I've been on Adderall since whatever 8th grade, and it changes a lot in a good way. Like right now I'm kind of like fucked right now because of the Adderall shortage and whatnot.
Yeah.
But so that's why I'm disorganized with my thoughts. But in general, whenever it comes to Adderall for people with ADHD, it's really, really helpful, and it will get the sooner you can get a kid with ADHD prescribed the right medication, the better, because you want them to be ahead, not behind their classmates, right? And if
Yeah.
they're able to focus,
Could I
they'll be
just say
ahead.
something?
Yeah.
I just want to clarify here. I'm not a transphobe, and I don't think trans people are grooming children. That's just
No, I
insane.
know.
And it's just that even if you're taking HRT as young as like 20, you can develop breast tissue and your bone structure could change in ways that aren't easily reversible, which is why I feel like it's important that we try to have like a threshold for it. And the fact that Jalen said that it's a case by case basis, I really like that. I think that's a great point. It is like case by case basis, and not every single person should only take HRT when they're 18, because again, late puberty sucks. It's terrible. And you shouldn't give it to people that are too young for obvious reasons, which is why I support puberty blockers. And that's all I really think about the issue.
What I was
Fair
gonna
enough.
get at, the Adderall issue that I brought up was the part of it being overprescribed to certain people in the country. That's what I was really trying to get at.
Well, yeah, obviously it gets overprescribed, but so does
Yeah.
every medication. In some instances, it's like that's an issue with the medical institution in general. Like, yeah, like obviously there's gonna be a. Also, who's echoing? Is that you,
guy.
Kaya, and SMP? If you could please get headphones, bro.
Thank you. But no, that's what I was getting at. It is also, I believe, also it's a case by case basis for Adderall, in my opinion.
Well, I feel like that goes for any treatment or medication. It's obviously you have to judge the person on a case by case basis. And here's the thing, right?
I think gender dysphoria is probably easier diagnosable than like ADHD, because in kids, right? If you have a kid acting crazy, that could be a multitude of factors. But if you have a kid that's like, "Hey, mom, dad,
Hello?
I'm a girl. I'm a girl." Like if you have a kid that's like consistently like saying that, consistently has this like disconnect, I'd say that's easier to diagnose than ADHD.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, well, and here's the thing, and it's harder to get diagnosed with gender dysphoria. It's easier to diagnose,
Yeah.
as in it's more obvious, but it's harder to get diagnosed with gender dysphoria because the requirements are so fucking absurd, because making things like reasonable would make too much sense. So
Even that,
obviously there
healthcare is getting really bashed upon right now.
Yeah, it's like
it even gets down to
it's all just a bunch of culture war shit. That's what it is.
Yeah,
It's literally just culture war shit. That is what is affecting policy. And you have retards like Trump and Marjorie Taylor Greene and Meatball Ron. All of those retards are advocating for us to not have rights, basically.
I mean, really,
That's
they
what
just
want,
they just weaponize
goal,
like ignorance.
Well, yeah,
That's
no, their
really
goal,
what it is.
Their goal is to either maximize their own power, or it's to maximize human suffering. It's either of those two. Yeah, it's either a grift or they're genuinely evil. It's one of the two.
So I also have a new name for you that I should say. I watched Internet Today. If you know who that, you should call Ron DeSantis Pudding Ron, because there's a story out there that Ron DeSantis ate a full cup of was it pudding with his 3 fingers, and so if we could get the name going,
Pudding Ron, yeah.
Pudding Ron.
I love all of the nicknames of Ron. We got Meatball Ron, Pudding Ron. I personally call him Ron Shit Santis on all of my streams. There's so many beautiful nicknames for that disgusting excuse of a subhuman piece of shit. Okay.
What's worse is, fuck. This is gonna be like a very few times I'm probably gonna sound like an idiot for that, but there used to be Republicans that would actually be sensible people, and I'm meaning like there was very few. There was people like fucking John McCain. Like, say what you want about his policy, but he cared about his people of his state. he didn't
Well,
care
yeah.
about.
Well,
Fucking,
that's because the Overton
didn't-
window shifted. The Overton window
Yeah.
has shifted so far to the right recently, which is sad because, you know, we want it to shift the other way, obviously, because generally speaking, as a rule, the left advocates for things that are good and that maximize human happiness, whereas the right advocates for things that maximize human suffering, right? It's like,
The
oh
thing
yeah,
is,
let's
people
cut, let's
on
cut,
the
let's cut taxes for the rich.
they want
'Cause,
to
you know-
they want to like preserve or conserve their past. Basically, they want to conserve this like idolized view of America that just doesn't exist. It never existed really, and that's what they want. That's what they want to protect. This old view, this old world that they view existed in the past that was good, but now the world is bad, and instead of trying to change things, they want to go back because they view going back, bringing things back, is the way to make things better, when in reality that's just
Yeah.
not the case. That so-called world doesn't
Exactly.
exist.
It's like things have gotten better, and now they want them to get worse again. It's absurd.
It's
I mean, there are
sad
still
to,
people that unironically believe that it's wrong to be gay. Like, people are actually so unintelligent that they unironically think that.
it's
It's like-
sad that this country has gone
Yeah.
that way. It's like because, but I'm also not saying that like we didn't have turmoil in the past. Like I've read up in history, like there's turmoil in the past where, I mean, granted, the civil rights movement is a whole can of worms, and I have a feeling like we're going to be in the future accepting of a lot more people. It's just like
Oh,
right now,
absolutely.
it's just right now. It's like the idiots are flowing top to the fish tank. As we
Well,
kinda
yeah.
say.
Well, and all of the little kids who watch Mr. Beast right now, they're gonna remember the whole Chris Tyson situation, from a more I don't know, objectively correct point of view, because they're not gonna like overanalyze it and think like, oh, Chris Tyson is grooming the kids and shit, right? They're gonna remember it for what it is, which is the evil transphobes were being fucking horrible to Chris, and then Mr. Beast stood up for what's right. Their hero, Mr. Beast, did the right thing and stood up for his friend, as he should. Right? And that's how they're all gonna remember it. And the right is scared, okay? Right-wing politicians and political pundits are fucking terrified right now. Because they don't know what to do, because Mr. Beast is fucking massive, okay? He gained, whatever, like 8 million subscribers in a month. And like an 8 million subscriber channel on its own would be considered fucking massive.
Yeah, the also thing is like don't forget like they did the same thing to PewDiePie. Not like the same thing, but like went after PewDiePie because he was the biggest channel. When you have a big fish in the sea and everyone likes the fish, you don't like the fish all of a sudden. It's pro culture to be disliking of the big guy. But the thing is,
Yeah,
like,
well, and it backfires every single time. Like, when people
Yeah.
were canceling PewDiePie over fucking nothing, it was like, whatever, like a funny, edgy joke that I still think is funny.
Yeah.
The thing where he had, like, he paid somebody to, like, hold up a sign that says, kill all Jews or whatever.
When did that happen?
subscribe to
It was a
Keemstar.
long time ago. And then there was, like, this
2016.
dog shit.
Hey,
Yeah, there was
thanks.
this dog shit, like, article that was made on him being like, oh my god, PewDiePie is anti-Semitic. It's the issue that they're, like, okay, there are two types of people I hate. Conservatives and the joke police. And,
Yeah,
you know,
He did lose his
conservatives
YouTube show
are the
over
joke
that,
police
by
a
the way.
lot of the time, though. It's like conservatives want to censor jokes about
Just
religion.
like
it's like, oh
virtue-
no, it's blasphemy.
Just virtue signaling
it-
people in general are very cringe, who are just like, wow,
For
this
sure.
thing
For
hurts my
sure.
feelings. F you, it shouldn't exist. How dare you do this thing? You're a horrible person.
Literally.
Kidding,
It's
I have
like
a
these people are
cousin.
so fucking sensitive. It's like it's absurd because while I don't like when lefties are too sensitive either, at least there's almost like some sort of like reason for it, right? At least they're sensitive to things that are like sort of kind of bad if you interpret it a certain way. Whereas conservatives just want to have a moral outrage for the sake of having a moral outrage. Like, people are literally crying about Bud Light having a picture of a trans woman on a can.
Well,
It's
the
like,
thing was, right,
who
that was
fucking
her own,
cares?
that was her own personal can. They weren't even selling that can. That was her can.
Yeah,
They gave her
exactly.
own can for, like, promotion. They basically hired someone to
Exactly.
promote their company, and they're mad that that person happened to be trans. That's all it
Can
is.
I be
Yeah,
a hot
literally.
take?
They're like,
Just-
oh no, there's a picture of Dylan Mulvaney on a can of Bud Light. What will we ever do? Fuck Bud Light. I'm never drinking Bud Light. Let me proceed to go to the store and buy 500 cans of Bud Light so that I can make a video where I shoot them all. That'll show them.
By the way, Kia SMP is asking in the chat, how old do you think people should be able to consent to blockers?
Yeah.
When
Thanks.
Whenever they
hit
start
puberty, because
puberty,
puberty blockers are reversible, so there's no logical reason not to give it to them if they've been diagnosed with gender dysphoria.
Yeah,
I mean,
was going
that
to
is
ask
literally
you
the
something.
the medical and scientific consensus.
What did you
So
think of fake
I have
trans
sources too,
people?
by the way. Actually, according to the there was a study done by the American Academy of Pediatrics regarding mental health and the timing of gender affirming care. I'll put a link in chat. Hold on, just in case anybody doesn't believe me. All right. Anyways, I'll read what this study was briefly. So basically, the conclusion was that transgender youth who sought treatment at the age of 15 or older ended up with worse mental health than the transgender youth below the age of 15 who sought treatment. The bottom line is that gender incongruent youth who present to gender affirming care later in life have worse long-term mental health outcomes than the transgender youth who present to gender affirming care at earlier ages. This is because the gender incongruent youth that is in the late stages of puberty when they begin seeking treatment has already experienced irreversible changes that are undesirable to them, which could have easily been prevented by using puberty blockers, which are reversible. Youth with gender dysphoria who receive puberty blockers and or gender-affirming hormones experience a decrease in emotional and behavioral problems. And last but not least, youth referred to a gender clinic at the age of 12 or older were more likely to have suicidal ideation and attempts, self-harm, and low mood and or depression than those referred at younger ages. So I would like to ask all of the transphobic losers in chat, because it has been statistically proven that gender-affirming care decreases the suicide rate of trans people, including the trans youth, are you in favor of banning gender-affirming care in order to increase the suicide rate of trans people? Because if you're against gender-affirming care, then that would logically follow. You are in favor of maximizing human suffering, whether you realize it or not.
I shouldn't. I would say don't say that because the retards that are watching and that don't have an opinion and are too scared to say something, who will make a stupid chat and fucking Wojak meme and say yes. I was like, dude, especially those people.
Well, the reason
like,
they do that is because they can't actually address the argument. Because I'm objectively right here.
yeah,
So I don't care if people get
exactly.
offended by my argument. It is the truth. Gender-affirming care decreases the suicide rates. This has been statistically proven. This is the scientific consensus. This isn't even up for debate, okay? Otherwise, you just disagree with science and empiricism. You are a science denier if you disagree with me on this, okay? Either that or you are in favor of increasing the suicide rate of trans people. Whether you realize it or not, that is your position if you disagree with me.
Hey, Fim, what's your opinion
Yeah.
on fake people? Like, fake people trying to get trans, like... What's your opinion on people trying to be fake trans people?
Fake trans people. I guess it
No,
depends on what you
those
mean by...
kids. Those
Like,
kids...
are we talking...
Okay.
Are we talking about fake trans people as in people that, start being trans oh so conveniently after they, get a prison sentence? If we're talking about that, then
Yes.
yeah, I don't think that should fly. But if we're talking about some people like to call them trans trenders. I think just letting them experiment and like learn about themselves is perfectly fine, right? And that's the whole point of puberty blockers, is it gives them a long time frame. It gives them a big time frame to figure themselves out. So if they are actually trans, then they go on to HRT, and if they're not actually trans, then they just go through the regular puberty. So yeah. And anyways, I'm sorry if I'm kind of talkative. I'm trying to be, because like the whole point is to be entertaining, right? It's like we have a stream to attend to, so I can't wait for other people to talk, right? So I know I'm not trying to come across as an asshole. It's just like I wouldn't be this loud and annoying if I was like doing a regular Discord VC that's not public. Just so you guys know, so
You're
don't
good.
feel bad if you know.
It's nothing wrong. It's just that the people that claim to debate aren't debating. They are. It's that kind of thing where people are like, I will do this, and then just not show up. Like, show up.
The thing
If you're
is,
gonna throw rocks at a glass house, make sure that owner doesn't have a gun to shoot at you.
the thing is, right, is like all transphobic arguments can like very easily be debated against. So like you have someone like a Cheeto, or you have someone like Poncho making these videos being like, oh, Chris is trans. This is an issue. There's an issue here. If you were to debate them, like point for point, go over exactly why they're wrong, they wouldn't want that because they couldn't make money, right?
Yeah,
They
Oh,
yeah, for sure.
benefit off of having these views that they have.
Cheeto won't debate me. He
Why?
banned me from his Discord for asking him to debate me, and then when I called him out on Twitter for it, he blocked me because he's a fucking pussy. So, Cheeto, if you're watching this, you're a fucking loser. You're a coward. You refuse to debate me because you know I will fucking destroy you. You're a bitch, okay? You don't have a fucking spine, okay? You talk about, oh yeah, I'd be willing to talk to people about this. Yet as soon as somebody who actually knows what the fuck they're talking about wants to debate you, suddenly you're no longer in favor of promoting the free marketplace of ideas for some wacky reason. I wonder why that. What could that reason possibly be? I sure wonder. But yeah.
Didn't Cheetah, hey Jaden, didn't Cheetah like blame you? Something you did like a year ago?
I think you gotta be more specific.
Oh, sorry. In his latest video about you, he talked about you being friends with pedo and well, those. He showed screenshots of you saying he had a personality or something like that. Did that happen like a year ago?
So I can explain the situation pretty well.
That happened like
At least briefly. I'm not gonna go too much into detail. I've talked about this on my own streams. I feel like I'm repeating myself so many times at this point. But basically, yeah, there were edgy tweets that Jalen made about religion. People threw a fit over it, so then she ended up apologizing. Even though in my opinion the tweets weren't even that bad. It was like, oh, this was like kind of an optics L, but that was about it. And then the pedo thing is basically just people falsely accusing Natty Forsyth of being a pedo when there's literally no evidence of this. The only evidence they have is like really old DMs from when she was like barely 18, and whatever, making edgy jokes and inappropriate remarks that she was making when she was 17 and 16 and 15. Literally nothing had changed. And none of their arguments would have held up if those DMs were from when she was 17 and 364 days old. So it's just completely arbitrary, and the whole the whole notion of 18-year-olds aren't allowed to make mistakes is fucking retarded. Okay, like you have to be an actual retard to believe that 18-year-olds just know exactly what they're doing 24/7, right? It's like all of the arguments against Natty Forsyth are literally just, oh, like she was being irresponsible with her platform as an 18-year-old, because it's not like 18-year-olds ever do anything irresponsible, right?
Yeah, just look at TikTok.
Literally.
No, I was gonna interject and say like 18, like from when you're not, I think scientifically or something like that. I don't know where I heard it. I have to re-look it up, but like
Your
scientifically,
brain isn't done
you're not-
developing until you're 25,
Yeah.
I know.
yeah, that's why,
Yeah.
and especially that in a way, like when you mentioned the whole natty sports stuff, it's legally, if they were talking to them like pre that, there's the Romeo and Juliet law, I guess, that a lot of states have on the books, and that's just because it's like the Romeo and Juliet law is like basically you're not done with high school until you're after 18, 19, possibly. And it is especially weird because you're 18 and 19 and you're not in college yet and you're not able to drink or you're not able to do certain things. So, like when you're in high school every day, and let's say, like, fuck, this is going to be the worst, might be a worst take for me. But let's say if you're a senior in high school and there was a junior, and let's say you've been talking to him for a while, and then suddenly, when you're a junior, you suddenly start getting with them. It's all fine and dandy, and then you turn, let's say, 18 because you started dating him 17. The whole law is just kind of protecting is like, oh, well, you were, as long as you're 18 now, or 18 when you're, I don't know what I'm getting at. Never mind.
Well, the thing is, though, that doesn't really even apply with, like, the whole natty thing. Someone was added to, like, a group chat. They made a mistake, assumed the person was of age, started flirting with them. Like, that was it. It was just some, like, flirting on like, Snapchat. That was it. And people blow it, like, completely out of proportion. It was like they had some, like, they flirted with someone on Snapchat for like a day, and Cheetos like equated that happening, right? Nat making a mistake, not verifying or checking this person's age before flirting with them, to like grooming someone, which is like a completely different scenario.
And so like everyone's gonna get in the shit for that. That's like the internet. Like fucking hell. I don't, there's a reason why I don't talk to people on Twitter because, or fucking respond to much tweets unless I get really pissed off with it, or I'm like, oh, that's what friends are, is because, well, one is my account, and then two, it's the part where I'm like, I don't want to suddenly get accused of something because it's gonna be the smallest thing people do, and it could just be just a random retweet, like especially with the Chris stuff. Like going back to that, like Chris did the whole Shadman thing, but you have to fucking remember with Chris, with a fucking Shadman and everything. Shadman was a big fucking figure back then. Like Chris O'Neill from fucking Only Plays hung out with Shadman. It was a lot of fucking Newgrounds people, and people knew what Shadman was doing, knew what Shadman was making, knew what Shadman was doing online, and they still hung out with him at the time. So the criticism to that is like faulty to me because everyone was fucking around saying, "Oh, Shadman's so fucking great," and then like now it's like, "Oh my god, Shadman's a bad man." And I was like he was a bad man when that, but everyone fucking loved him at the time. So what's your point right now?
Wasn't he controversial back then?
He was controversial, but there's people that hung out with him that are not that controversial today.
Well, it's like now, again, Shadman is like widely regarded as like 100% like a creep, right? Retrospectively, he is, but for the longest time, people still hung out with him, still like supported him, engaged with his content.
And it's not a coincidence that nobody cared about any of it until Chris became trans, right? Like within the 6-year time frame between buying the art and Chris coming out as trans, there was never an issue, but suddenly now, it's just so conveniently an issue now that Chris is trans. Wow, what a crazy coincidence, huh? But yeah, and for anybody that still thinks that Natty Forsyth is a pedo, I guess I'll just link one of my past live streams in chat. Y'all can like put it in your watch later or some shit. Don't leave this stream yet, but there's timestamps in the description of that, and yeah. So so just click the just have that be in your watch later, okay?
They had their hard
I'm
drives
gonna get
destroyed.
talked.
Okay, well, the thing with that, right, is they were like, what, like 18? And, like, I think a girl they were talking to was like 16 or 17 or something. And, they sent, like, natty nudes. So it was, like, technically CP. But they were investigated with that by the police. And the police cleared them. They're like, yeah, there's not really anything wrong here. But this image you have is technically illegal, so we're going to destroy your hard drive so you don't have this illegal image. That's basically what that is.
Look, I understand why they thought he was a pedo before, but if I'm correct, he isn't.
Could you repeat that?
Sorry. I understand why they thought he was a pedo.
Who, Shad?
Nat, I think they're talking about Natty Forsyth.
You're talking about Natty?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Interesting.
Okay, so the iDoit guy is gonna debate me, I think. So when he unmutes and starts debating me, just be quiet. Jalen will be
Okay.
the moderator. I obviously I want to give this guy a chance to get his opinions out there so that I can explain why they're fucking stupid, right? So yeah, don't like interject. Unless you like, if you want to say something, just put it in just like put it like a message in the GC, like type it out, okay? You're fine with them staying in the VC. Well, they can stay in the VC, obviously. But I just don't want you to get dogpiled, okay? Just unmute and we'll have a one-on-one discussion, okay? There shouldn't be any. I don't know why you would ever have an issue with a one-on-one debate. It seems kind of fucking pathetic if you don't want that. I mean, surely you would want to get your ideas out there, right? If you genuinely believe that you're right. I mean, if not, what gives? I mean, you're ready, right? You said you were ready. Think. Are you not? Can you unmute, Mr. iDoit? Almost? Okay. Well, I guess I'll just keep talking until he finally unmutes. I wonder if he's, like, written down, like, it wouldn't surprise me if he's, like, tried, like, quickly, like, scrambled together, like, a few, like, garbage talking points on, like, a Google Doc. Now that he had to, like, prepare. And there's just me who, like, already has my research doc before I even joined the VC, because, you know, I actually do research. We can always tell. True.
He's just making sure that
I'm
all
fine with.
the straw man. He's just making all the straw man
Yeah,
arguments.
he's got it. He's building a straw man right now. Yeah, I'm fine with others talking. Why would you want that? Why would you want other people to interject? It would be a shit fest. Don't understand. Is it because then you can? Oh, I know why he wants it. It's because then he can go on and cry about how he was getting dogpiled and play victim. No, I'm not gonna have people fucking dogpile you. I would rather you be able to express your opinions so I can tell you why you're fucking stupid.
Yeah, like if you're gonna talk the talk, make sure you walk the walk. Like I'm gonna stay muted. I will only inject if I need to.
Yeah, exactly. We already.
I can always tell stupid.
Well, and people can express their opinions by messaging it in chat or whatever, or in the GC for those of you who are in the GC, because that's what I'll be reading.
Shit.
Yeah,
My camera died again.
Rip. I felt that. I always have issues with my camera, I swear. Thoughts on Jay Schlatt? I have no idea. I don't know anything about him.
Jay
Wait,
Schlatt is a
stream? Why, thank
raging
you.
homophobe.
Wait, it's not my stream. I'm not.
Jay Schlatt's funny.
Whenever
It's a
I
great
read
stream.
chat, I always read it as if it's like my own chat for some reason. I don't know. I'm fucking weird. I get like, well, there's already a bunch of people in the GC. I don't want to add more people. Otherwise, it's just gonna get like annoying. And if anybody can join, and there's like not a process to joining, it's like okay. Then it becomes a shit fest. Then there's gonna be people that join and start screaming the N-word. Okay, it's gonna get annoying and old real quick. So we're already at 9 out of 10 members because it's not like a Discord server. It's a Discord GC. So we'd have to remove somebody. Mr. Idoid, what is taking you so long? You said you were almost ready. Buddy, what gives? Come on. You're taking forever. I've already told everybody that we're gonna debate, and now you're disappointing everybody in chat. You're disappointing your conservative brethren. Your fellow inbred Alabama folks, okay?
Yeah, you're
not to be
disappointing.
roll-
You're disappointing Jesus right now. What would
Yeah,
Jesus?
Jesus
say
wants you
about
to debate. Not to be rude or anything, but I didn't know you existed until you were on Jalen's live. No, that's fine. I'm like relatively obscure. I have like 800 subscribers. Idoid, more like idiot. True. You're so right. Yeah, I'm just waiting for this. Come on, what? Idoid. Hello, Idoid, is your mic broken? Just unmuted. Oh, there we go. Wonderful.
Oh shit, what's going on?
Alright, Idoid. What is your justification for your dog shit position? I'd love to hear it.
Bro, I was saying you give me the questions.
Okay, why do you think it is wrong to be trans?
It's not okay. And
Why?
okay.
What?
It's not good for you. That's my
Not
opinion.
good according to what standard? Because all of the science and statistics beg to differ. Because the suicide rate goes down whenever people receive gender-affirming care. Are you in favor of increasing the suicide rate of trans people?
I mean,
It's a very simple question. And there's a right and a wrong answer, right? Or I think there is. Unless you're like a terrible person and you don't work within any moral
it's
framework.
opinion.
Well, it's not an opinion that the suicide rate goes down when trans people receive gender-affirming care. It is a statistically proven fact, and all of the scientists, psychologists, medical institutions agree with me. Do you know better than all of the scientists, psychologists, and medical institutions?
I don't. But like,
No.
are you one of them?
Okay.
Your opinion. Hold on. Your opinion.
My opinion
wrong.
is based off of statistics. Yours is based off of your feelings. But facts don't care about your feelings. Okay? Scientists don't cater statistics based off of the way you feel. Okay? They base it off of facts and reality, which you are clearly detached from.
I also had like a story from my dad's friend's friend.
Don't. Oh, my dad's friend's friend. Oh my god, this is so pathetic. Okay, well, my dad's friend's friend is actually trans, and they were gonna commit suicide until they received gender-affirming care. There you go. Anecdotal evidence means fucking nothing.
Okay.
Try again. You will need to send me some sort of peer-reviewed study to convince me, okay?
Hold up.
Yeah. Watch as he spends 2 hours trying to cherry pick a fucking anti-trans study. Can't find one because there's no such thing. Because there's no actual science that goes against trans people? He's gonna try and find a study where the abstract says something bad about trans people, and then he's not gonna read actual study, and he's also not gonna be able to even find one where the abstract can even be misinterpreted as anti-trans. Wait. I think you really need to reconsider your position here. Okay? What have you based your opinion off of? This is embarrassing, dude. I really hope this is a wake-up call for you.
Here
And how
for
little you fucking know.
discussion about God.
What?
That was the point. Why I joined here. I was in for
Okay,
that.
so do you agree with me
That's
now?
what we were saying. That what?
On trans people being valid. Do you agree with me on the validity of trans people? I mean, you haven't provided a single counter argument. You haven't objected to anything I've said.
Okay. I don't
Okay.
think it should exist.
Why?
I don't.
Did you know
want that
that? Did you know some people think that black people shouldn't exist, but they exist anyway?
True.
Well, did you know you can't change that? You can't change that.
Yeah, you can't change the fact
Can't
that
change
trans
what?
people exist.
Yeah, it's like, what do you want them to do? Like, make their gender dysphoria magically disappear? Do they have to?
They just live
go
with
to
it.
I'm J Station's house at 3 a.m. and drink the magic conversion therapy juice?
Okay, so someone has cancer, right? But you don't like they have cancer.
Yeah.
But you also think it's bad to treat the cancer. What do they do? Just like die?
Exactly.
Well, I never said that I don't think that has nothing to do with that.
Okay, well someone has
What?
gender dysphoria, right? And the proven treatment for that is to transition. This is like the medical standard, and no matter how you feel about it, trans people are going to exist, and there's like nothing you can do to change that.
Exactly. Facts don't care about your feelings, my guy. I think you have an irrational hatred of trans people. Maybe not even a hatred, but a relative disliking. And your disliking of trans people is because other people told you to dislike them. You don't have an actual reason. You just believe what other people have told you to believe. But none of your opinions are based on any objective reality. You just believe it because your parents told you to believe it, or because your friends told you to believe it. You don't actually have a moral framework you're working within.
Wait, hold on. Where does the Bible say being trans is bad? Where does it say that? Does it say that anywhere?
I have my Bible. Let me start looking it up. Give me 5 minutes.
Yeah, we have a Christian trans person right now in this chat. What do you tell them? What do you have to say?
Doesn't the Bible say love thy neighbor?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. Wouldn't that include your trans neighbor?
Yeah.
Okay, well then why are you against trans people?
Look. I'm reading something right now.
You just don't have a reason. I'm doing something right now, yeah, okay.
Do you want me
personally...
to field questions? I can field him questions that can make sense in his brain.
No, let him stumble. I'm doing this on purpose, by the way.
But
I'm doing this on purpose, just to show... No, because I want to show people what the average conservative teenager looks like when they're confronted with reality. And maybe it'll be a wake-up call for some of the retards in chat. Because you guys may think that this kid isn't doing a good job representing your position. You wouldn't do any better if you talked to me. I guarantee it. You would look just as fucking stupid.
They're welcome to come, too.
Don't let him stumble. Let him present his point to beat to his best extent. I'm letting him. That's the point. I'm letting him stumble. because that is him presenting his point to the best extent that he can. It's literally what it is. It's an L. Yeah, it is an L. So, now, personally, I don't think that the Bible is a good moral framework to go off of, okay? It contradicts itself all the time, and, you know, it tries to justify, like, an entire fucking genocide, you know, and drowning people for no reason, including, like, toddlers, and... okay, I mean... Not to mention, I find it hard to believe that there was at one point a talking snake and a man who walked on water. But if you're gonna use the Bible as your moral framework, even though it's completely illogical and inconsistent, you still don't have an argument.
If you're
It's
also
just
going to
your
use the
feelings.
Bible, if you're also going to be using the Bible and you're going to act all moralistic, don't fucking forget Jesus' best friend, friend or girlfriend, I don't know, was a fucking prostitute.
True.
Why? And these same people, I'm just gonna straight up tell you, say it's immoral to make porn. Stop. If you're gonna say that and then bring up the Bible, turn off the internet. Turn off the internet.
I mean,
because
yeah, there's all kinds of rules and stuff within the Bible that like no one follows, but it's like suddenly someone's gay, right? They exist outside of what you or your family or social circle, whatever, consider to be normal, and then all of a sudden it's like, no, you can't do this. You just can't do this because God says this. It's like half the shit you're doing too, by that same logic or in the Bible, you can't do any of that as well. You're like just as much of a sinner.
You know that everyone's a sinner.
Okay, so
Someone another though.
So no one should exist.
Why is... Yeah, exactly.
I'm not saying no one should exist. I'm not saying that.
But you said trans people shouldn't exist.
Saying everybody is a sinner is a non-point. All right. Here, I'm gonna take over because I think our friend Ido over here is contemplating, which I think is good. I don't want you to like. I know that I'm like kind of like harsh or whatever, right? But that's just because I'm a big advocate for reality, right? Obviously, facts don't care about your feelings, but my goal is not to make you feel bad or ashamed or guilty about your position. My goal is to get you to change your position. So if you're willing to change your position, that is a W for you. The only way you can win this debate is by coming out with a better position. Okay? If you think exactly the same way, that's an L for you, right? But if you come out of this with the same position that I have, that's a W. And honestly, if you're willing to admit that you were wrong and you didn't really know what you were talking about and you just hadn't really thought about it that much, that's okay. It's good to grow as a person. And what? You're only 13? Fuck, I was transphobic when I was 13. Are you kidding me? So, I'm just hoping, and you don't have to admit that you're wrong right now. I know that there's like a lot of pressure because, you know, you're in front of a bunch of viewers. I understand that. But I'm really hoping that if nothing else, you at least reconsider your position because you have to admit that your argument is really weak. So you're welcome, Vliso, for changing your position. Also, blockers should be can be able to be prescribed at any age where the kid is having puberty, not 14 and over, because unlike HRT, puberty blockers are completely reversible. So there's no reason to, you know, wait till 14, because most people hit puberty before they're 14. Just so you know.
Doesn't that harm people?
What?
Blockers, doesn't that harm people if they stopped?
No.
Oh.
How would it
Blockers
harm
don't really
them?
bring any lasting effects.
Yeah, it's like...
I was wrong. Sorry.
So it's, the harmful effects that people tend to point to that end up going away once they are off the puberty blockers is less bone density and lower IQ. So for the lower IQ thing, so puberty blockers were originally invented because of precocious puberty, which for those of you who don't know, it's puberty that is that occurs at a very young age to the point where it's unhealthy. So like if a 6-year-old is going through puberty, that's a fucking problem, right? So you put them on puberty blockers. Now, it was shown that even in those cases, it decreased their IQ for a while, but it's not that they would have become more intelligent had they not taken the puberty blockers. It's just that they become more intelligent later instead of earlier. So if a kid goes through precocious puberty, they start out ahead, but then it levels off sooner, right? That's sort of what happens. So ultimately, it's a temporary thing. Same thing with bone density. Once you go on HRT or your natural puberty, your bone density becomes normal. So there's not really any long-term effects that are bad. Even short-term effects that are really that substantial, really.
Can here's one thing about IQ. IQ doesn't matter. The IQ
agree.
whole
Well-
shit. IQs are just how you're gonna operate in life. It doesn't mean you're smart. You can be pretty fucking retarded if you have 100 or above fucking IQ. I've seen it.
Yeah, I mean, look at Elon
Absolutely.
Musk.
Well,
He's
I'm
a-
not.
he's
Well,
a
and the
pretty
reason I
good
brought up
case for
IQ is not because I don't think IQ is like a good measurement or anything
No,
for intelligence, obviously. However, the reason I brought it up is because other people bring that up as like a counter argument. So even if IQ was an accurate measurement of intelligence, they would still be wrong, right? So even if I pretend like IQ matters, which obviously it doesn't, right? It's no different from when I like sometimes I'll like half jokingly like be like talk to me when you get a 1390 SAT score on your first attempt with no tutoring. It's like, yeah, I know I'm being a dick when I like flex my SAT score, but it's like I think it's funny, right? So that's why I do it. Some people take it really personally too.
I'm not saying that to like insult you or anything. I'm just saying like anyone that uses it as an argument with any topic, it's not really it's not really a counterpoint. It's not really like that. Anyone can have a really good IQ and still be really stupid.
Oh, absolutely. I usually if I use it as a quote unquote counter argument, it's usually if somebody else calls me stupid, and then I'm like, you can call me stupid when you have a 1390 SAT score on your first attempt with no tutor. Just to like fuck with them, you know? Cuz like I know I'm being an asshole when I do that. But that's kind of the fucking point, right? Yeah. Anyways. So chat, the weather do be nice, huh? Wait, can anyone rate my name? Okay, Ouija Pie Fimeber? Ouija Pie Cumber? It's hard to pronounce, so 2 out of 10, because I can't fucking pronounce shit. Anyways. Sorry, I was reading chat. Anyways. I mean Fimer. Yes. Somebody says yas in chat. Training here from where I am. Nice. Oh, Femios, let me join. Do we let Denia? Okay, Denia Portillo, message me on Discord. And then, here, I'll put my Discord in chat.
Hey, Jaden,
because this person says they'll beat me in a debate. This will be probably the last debate I do today. Those of you who don't know, I'm a Debate Pro streamer, so if you wanna, can subscribe
really
to
a
my channel.
debate.
If you like my shit, go for it. Put my Discord in chat.
I'll be real honest. It's not really.
9116.
I'll be real honest. It hasn't been really a debate. I'll be real honest about that.
No, I agree because it was one-sided, but
honestly, yeah,
not one-sided. It just again, I'm gonna say this to the people that are coming in. If you plan to come in, just have something. Like
But yeah, for
okay,
sure.
I literally okay. Let me say this. I did debate in high school once, and I quite literally did a whole debate around body cams, and I didn't fucking do much research, but I was able to fucking work a crowd at least. And then let me say this: I was pro body cams, like, and the only anecdotal evidence I had for body cams is I brought up the statistics, and then I immediately brought up a fucking whole thing about my grandmother or my mom being harassed by the police, and I won that debate very fucking easily and handily.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, I'm gonna invite somebody else to the call. Okay,
What's
Benj
up?
Hammond, you say you can beat me on a debate. All right.
Yeah,
Love to
what's
see
up?
that. What do
What's
you want to
up?
debate me on? I assume trans people, right?
Okay. So you
Assume.
support trans people, right? Are you trans?
Obviously. No, I hate them.
Really? No way, bro. Okay.
Anyways,
I think being
on.
trans, it's bad. I think
According
it's
to
a,
what standard?
I think it's a mental disorder. I think people don't know who they are. I think people don't know
Okay.
what they're doing with their lives. I think trans kids are also bad.
Okay. So, things I want to address. Gender dysphoria is a mental disorder. Being trans in of itself is not. Okay? Transitioning is the best treatment that there is. Gender dysphoria. So, are you against treating mental illness?
No.
You against antidepressants? Are you against ADHD medicine?
So are
You
you
against
saying
all of that?
are you saying that people who take those kind of things to transition, are you saying there's saving their lives?
Suicide rate goes down? Yes. That is what
Okay,
I'm saying because
by
that is the
well,
scientific consensus.
going by that fact, anything that helps you can go down. For example, people can take cocaine and they cannot suicide. It helps them not suicide. So what are you saying about that?
Do you have a study? Do you have like a peer-reviewed study that says that being addicted to cocaine decreases your suicide rate? If you can find me a peer-reviewed study that says that, I'd love to see it.
A study about people not killing themselves for cocaine? Like
About cocaine decreasing the suicide rate of people that use it.
Okay.
I'd love to see that.
Do you support trans
Send
kids?
me a study, a peer-reviewed study.
I'm gonna ask you. Do you support
can't,
trans kids?
then it's a non-point. Okay?
Okay.
Do you concede your dumb fuck point?
Okay. Let's put it this way. Do you support trans kids?
Do you or do you not concede your dumb fuck point? I'm not moving on until you concede.
What do you mean?
You said something really fucking stupid. So
Okay,
do you concede your dumb fuck point?
Sure. Let's put it this way. Yeah, people.
Okay, good.
Okay, now let's put it this
yes,
way.
I support trans kids.
Why do you support trans kids?
Because the medical consensus is that gender-affirming care has been proven to decrease the suicide rate of trans youth. Okay? I already read this study on stream, so I don't know why the fuck you're not aware of this. Maybe you did you just tune in? If that's the case, I understand.
Okay. Yeah,
So,
I just tuned in. Let's put it.
so,
Let's do this. Let's do this.
According to the American Academy of Pediatrics, youth with gender dysphoria who receive puberty blockers and/or gender-affirming hormones experience a decrease in emotional and behavioral problems. And youth referred to a gender clinic at the age of 12 or older were more likely to have suicidal ideation and attempts, self-harm, and low mood and/or depression than those referred at younger ages. Not to mention the fact that the conclusion of the study was that transgender youth who sought treatment at the age of 15 or older ended up with worse mental health than those that sought treatment below the age of 15. And it's been proven time and time again that if gender incongruent people have gone through changes from puberty that are undesirable to them, then their mental health is worse off. So the best treatment we have is gender affirming care.
Okay, may I say something? So are you 100% sure a little kid can define what they are?
What do you mean by define?
Meaning,
I don't know if anybody can be 100% sure of anything.
A little kid cannot know if they're a man or a girl. There's
if they're
parents,
a man, if they're a boy or a girl.
Yeah, they can't
cisgendered
know that.
kids know that they're a boy or a girl, and actually,
Yeah,
there are
because they
plenty
have a
of
dick.
trans kids. No, there are plenty of trans kids that already know what their gender identity actually is.
How do you know what you are? How do you know what you are?
because it's your internal perception of yourself.
Bro. So
You do realize that children can have internal perceptions of themselves, right?
So
Like,
if
they're
no,
not
let me
just
say
like
it. No, let me say
NPCs.
this. So you're saying that if I'm let's say I'm a little boy, I'm like 7, and I say, oh, I want to cut my dick off and I want to be a girl, is that okay?
A 7-year-old is
Wait,
not going.
Children don't get their dicks cut off.
Uh,
When have children been getting bottom surgery? What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, it's not okay for a little kid, a 7-year-old or 12-year-old, to change a gender. That's not okay. They don't
There's
know
a
what they
difference
are. They don't
between
even know what
changing
they
your
want to be.
gender and getting bottom surgery. Fucking idiot. You're actually retarded if you think that they're the same thing. Literally, all gender affirming care is for young people is puberty blockers and then HRT when they're like 16 or older, usually.
So are you okay that a 12-year-old changes gender?
Yes.
Yeah, if that just that literally just means that they go on puberty blockers and whatever, wear a dress instead of pants and a shirt. Yeah, all of that is reversible. So what would the issue be there?
What do you mean, what's the issue there? There's a lot of issues there, my G.
Like what? He just left. What a fucking pussy.
Just left?
Yeah, he just left the group.
Jesus fucking
Oh
Christ!
my
I really
god,
wanted to.
what a loser.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
see,
heard that
So
argument.
sad.
See, basically what he
I-
was doing there was he was like, right, he probably grows up around a certain type of man. So if you're like, oh yeah, this thing is weird, right? All the men around him are gonna be like, oh yes, men being feminine, that's bad. And that's what he was trying to like signal there. So the fact that you didn't get that, he's probably never ran into that before and had never been around people who like question that or think differently. Who don't grow up in that type
No.
of
Oh, it looks like
repressive
This is-
environment.
Idoit sent a source. Oh shit. So all right.
He didn't.
All right.
He didn't
I'll read
actually
this.
bring
Hold
an
on. Hold on.
argument.
Wait. I gotta read a source. I gotta read the source. Okay. Okay. So people of any gender or sexual orientation can face health problems. LGBTQ people may be at a greater risk for health problems because they may not see a healthcare provided when they need to. So this is an argument for why they should seek healthcare. Maybe that they feel embarrassed, which would be due to societal pressure from dumb fucks like the people in chat who hate Chris, Tyson, and Jalen, and me for no reason other than the fact that we're all trans. Have a bad experience, fear judgment from dumb fucks like you, or have a healthcare provider who is uninformed. Here are some health issues. Okay, that's okay. So what does this? You sent me this study as if this is some kind of own, but these are you think being gay increases the chances of them getting cancer. Okay.
What?
It's like these are just fucking hell, like this is just shit that is in like standard in healthcare. Okay, so for the mental health issues portion, it says LGBTQ people often face mental health issues as they struggle to identify with their sexuality, which basically means that because of societal fucking pressure, they struggle to come to terms with the fact that maybe they're not straight or cisgender. You may have a hard time sharing such personal information with family and friends. Let me reread that because that's important. You may have a hard time sharing such personal information with family and friends. You may worry about how loved ones will react, or you may feel lonely because you don't want to tell anyone, even those close to you. You may feel depressed or anxious because of this lack of support or acceptance from your friends, family, or community. But if you don't seek attention and treatment, your risk for suicide may increase. Let me read that last sentence. But if you don't seek attention and treatment, your risk for suicide may increase. I don't know why the fuck you sent me that source as if it was some sort of own.
That's the
That's
same
fucking
people
pathetic.
hating on
Do you
them.
think I
it's
wasn't
just-
gonna read it?
I'm gonna fucking straight up say that fucking study's true, because the only reason why it's true is because I came out bisexual to each person individually, and only one person didn't accept me, but then they came to accept me. You're like, oh, I realized I was bad for that. You're my friend, and it doesn't really change anything. And you guess what? I'm still fucking alive. I'm still mentally sane. I'm fucking happy with my life. Like,
Yeah,
fucking
exactly.
hell. Jesus
Well, and the
fucking
reason
Christ
you're
with
happy
that.
is because people around you accept you. If you're not being accepted, then yeah, you're gonna have bad mental health. So it's fucking absurd whenever conservatives will bring up, oh, well, being LGBT is bad because they have bad mental health. You're the reason that they have bad mental health, you fucking retard. You're the problem. You're pointing to a problem that you are causing, and then saying that the people who are affected by the problem are the problem. It's fucking absurd. The mental gymnastics here are insane.
Someone in chat said, why do you need acceptance for your own sexuality? I mean, yeah, that's a good question. Why? Why does anyone care? It shouldn't matter.
Exactly. Well, and the reason, and I know what they were trying to get at with that
Yeah.
question. It's like, oh well, who, why would you need acceptance? It's like, well, maybe because if everybody around you is fucking bigoted, including people that are close to you, and you're scared of coming out because the people will ostracize you, and not accept you as a person anymore, and won't want to be around you. Yeah, that's fucking scary. Dude, there are people that get fucking disowned by their families for coming out as gay or trans. You know that happens, right?
Yes.
Yes, that fucking
And
happened
you
to my
wonder
aunt.
why it's important for there to be acceptance. I don't know. Maybe because it's bad when parents that are fucking homophobic losers and transphobic losers kick their own fucking child out on the sole basis of their sexual orientation or gender identity. Do you think that might, contribute to the problem a little bit?
Oh, and if you also think those parents are right, no, that's committing child abuse. That is fucking
Literally.
child abuse, right? I work in fucking.
Anybody who supports that is literally pro-child abuse.
Yeah, it's fucking invigorating to me. It makes me want to throw a rock at people sometimes when they fucking say that. It's like you're
Yeah,
not
me too.
reading.
There's a reason I'm a pro-gun leftist. Okay, I am very pro-gun, very pro-Second Amendment. I'll have you find, and the reason is because, I need to protect myself from all the transphobes. It's like I want to be able to walk down the street wearing a skirt and not feel threatened, because if somebody tries to like fuck with me, well, let's just say I Second Amendment their head off. Okay.
And let me say this: I'm pro fucking gun too. And let me say this: it is so fucking invigorating to me that these people exist, and then they immediately think that everyone's on their side. It fucking pisses me off, because these are the same people that will fucking go out and say, it's like, well, cops are gonna be on my side, and the cops show up and are like, get the fuck out of here. Those are like, because like, remember that fucking guy that walked into the Lego store and fucking flipped out? The people that showed up to kick the guy out did not fucking give a shit, because those people don't live in the real world. Half the fucking time, people that live in the real world don't care and just will support the people that they want to support. And in my mind, these people don't go outside. It happens to both sides. You can say that about both sides. I go outside and talk with real people, and real people just don't give a shit. Real people, if it was a big problem, they would do a lot differently.
Well, and it depends on what area you live in, right? Like, some areas are more accepting than others. So ideally, you would live in an area where people just don't give a shit, right? There are some areas where people do give a shit because it's, like, full of religious fundamentalist losers who are like, oh, in the Bible, it's, if you go to Leviticus, it says a man shall not sleep with another man. It's like, shut the fuck up. No one cares. But you can go shove your holy Bible up your ass. Like, yeah, okay. Anyways,
my Bible.
I mean,
like,
I think anyone that has like a problem with trans people like wanting acceptance, right? Imagine you walk outside your door, and everyone's giving you dirty looks. Maybe some people will they'll come up to you, they'll insult you. You may potentially get assaulted. Like, wouldn't you have an issue with that? Wouldn't you have an issue if you go home and your own parents treat you like shit? Your own parents disown you. They kick you out of the house. Everyone treats you like shit, and all you didn't do anything wrong, right? You're a good person, law-abiding citizen, right? Which is what everyone says. Like, as long as you're a law-abiding citizen, you should live fruitfully or whatever, right? The only thing that you did was just live your life a different way. Live your life true to yourself. Wouldn't you feel shitty about that? Wouldn't you want that to change? Wouldn't you want people to be more accepting?
Yeah, like it doesn't like it hurts nobody to be more accepting, and I think that the thing that and you know I used to be guilty of this as well was like the I used to believe in this notion that like somehow like oh you know being trans would actually be easier because like you can get away with everything because then everybody will get canceled for being or it wasn't canceled back then. It was more like a oh because then that would be considered politically incorrect and then you'd get fired from like that doesn't fucking happen first of all. And secondly, I will say that I will say it really doesn't happen. Not very often at least. But what I will say is that something the left is guilty of is bad fucking optics. And also something I've criticized the left for is not caring enough about men's issues, right? Like there something I hate, and this is what I call classify as liberal brain rot. There's a reason I'm a leftist and not a liberal. Is because you know, a lot of liberal brain rot is of what constitutes that is saying shit like, oh, check your privilege, you white male, or whatever the fuck. Now, not that many people say that, at least not anymore, but, like, that isn't what most of us are about, right? Especially not far left people. The further left you go, the more reasonable people are, because, like, that usually when people are more far left, it's because they've thought about their positions more, so they're not stuck in the Overton window, so that's why they think more logically. I know it's counterintuitive. You would think that far lefties would be like, no, I want to kill white men, but like that's just not the case. Like men struggle with like actual issues. They're legitimate. They need to be addressed. And I constantly criticize other people that are supposedly on my side for not caring about men's issues. I mean, white men have the highest one of the highest suicide rates, right? And it's like there's a reason for that, right? And it's like we can't just pretend like men don't have emotions or like they don't matter. Like they matter. Like they matter just as much as everybody else. They matter just as much as women and any minority group. Like there's nothing wrong with being a white guy, right? Like there's nothing wrong with that. So I think that when people hear like the most extreme like bullshit virtue signally positions, I feel like they like to project that onto the entire left. So I just want to clarify because I know a lot of people here aren't really educated, I guess you could say, and I know that sounds like kind of an asshole thing for me to say, but I don't mean it like that. All I mean is you probably aren't aware of what some of us actually believe, right? Like all of my opinions, all of my left-leaning positions are not left-leaning for the sake of being left-leaning. Every single position I come to is independently through logic, facts, reasoning, statistics, etc. Right? It's based on actual reality. It has nothing to do with what other people believe. Fuck, I have like I have quite a few opinions that other lefties disagree with me on and get fucking mad whenever but that's besides the point. I'm not gonna ramble too much longer on that. But yeah. That was my fucking spiel, I guess.
I would say
all the extremes are bad.
Okay, this person said, I would say the lack of support of men's issues leads people to identifying as other things, which I disagree.
Yeah.
I disagree with that. I don't think because there isn't a conversation around men's issues, men are going to identify as women. It's like a dumb argument. If you actually like live as a woman, right? It's extremely difficult. Like, yes, men have issues, right? Yes, men are not allowed to be like as emotional as women, which is a problem. It's an issue
just
with
bullshit,
like,
right? But like they struggle with different issues, right? It's like I would say that they deal with different issues. I would say that roughly around the same level. Maybe women have deal with a little bit more than men sometimes. But like generally speaking, everybody has to deal with shit, right? It's like being trans is not going to fix anything. It'll if you're not actually trans, it'll make it worse. I guarantee it. So yeah, no, so where was I going with this? I need to ramp it up. Oh, right. Yeah, somebody in chat said that all extremes are bad. I fundamentally disagree because any position can be taken to its most extreme. For instance, you can be an extreme centrist, meaning that your goal is to stay as close to the center of the Overton window as possible. And for those of you who don't know, the Overton window is basically like the window of what is politically considered normal politically, right? So between the right and the left, and it shifts as politics shift. So if the furthest left people move further to the left, then what happens is but like the right stays the same. Overton window shifts to the left, and vice versa, right? And sometimes it might expand, it might retract a little bit, but generally, you shouldn't base your opinions off of what the Overton window is, because it's relativistic and not based in reality, right? So that's a centrist position, right? You can be an extreme centrist, but if you're extremely pro-trans rights and extremely in favor of freedom, those are good things to be extremely in favor of, right? Be extremely in favor of free speech, or extremely in favor of trans rights or gay rights, right? Those are extremes that are good. You can have extreme positions for good things and for bad things. The extent to which something is extreme does not dictate how good or bad it is. Anyways, I'm gonna hop off. So I have a class that I have to go to, because college be like bruh, am I right or am I right? So I'm gonna, if for those of you, so yeah, because I'm an attention whore, I'll put a link to my channel in chat before I go. For anybody who thought that I was interesting, funny, or liked what I had to say, or if you hate me and want to debate me at some point, then you can also subscribe to me. So what?
I just want to talk to you about some stuff in the future.
Hell yeah, you are more than welcome. And in you can go, and if you want to go to my I'll even leave a link to my Discord in this group chat too. And for those of you who are in whatever in YouTube chat, you can just click the link and subscribe to me. And then in the description of all of my live streams, I keep all my past live streams public, by the way. The link to my Discord is in the description of that. So yeah. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed my whole segment thing. I hope I wasn't too annoying. And subscribe to Jalen, smash like, and also subscribe to me. But yeah. Anyways, I will be going now.
All right, thank you for
any last words,
coming
chat. Yeah, of course. My goal is to entertain people, whether that be your audience or mine. It's my favorite thing to do, actually. Anyways, have a nice day, everybody. I sincerely hope. Oh, one more thing. Just a fun statistic. Did you guys know that greater than 99.9% of people who die in house fires aren't subscribed to the Jalen YouTube channel? Just, you know, I'm not.
Yeah,
you
it's
can do
true.
with that
That's
information
a
what you will.
crazy statistic.
Exactly. So, I'm just
Totally
saying,
true.
I personally, for being in the 0.1% of people who don't die in house fires. You know, it's Anyways, have a nice day, everybody. Peace.
I
All right.
So is that was he vaguely threatening that our house fire that they're gonna light a fire on our house?
I just had a funny thought.
I had a couple of funny ideas, but I didn't want to be canceled.
Everyone who doesn't subscribe to Jalen comes and burns down their house.
Oh shit, I'm unsubscribing then.
It's funny. Oh, beautiful. I think it's fucking cool. Customer is not worth.
Damn, I got my Trump hat out. I got my Bible out. I even moved my American flag behind me just for a bit that I didn't even do.
I'm gonna send fan art I made of Jaden because guess what? I'm cool because I made fan art.
That's based fan art. I love it.
I still think I have the funny other version of it that I don't think I can show.
All right, we got 37 viewers. What's up, everyone?
I'm alright. How
I'm
about you?
here.
Motherfucker. Damn, that work.
Yo, Jalen, you gonna
I'm
do
underwater.
TBT again?
I might. I'm not sure. I have to buy like a priority queue again, which is like $20 a month just to like play that server, but I could potentially do that.
Yo, let me know. Like, that shit was fun until we got griefed.
Yeah, that sucks. I don't know who or how they found our base, but they ended up griefing it.
We were way too close to an accent point. Right off the
Yeah.
highway. Like, I was talking to Sal about it, and he was just like, yeah, you were way too damn close to a highway.
Can we watch Penguin Zero, please?
What are you guys talking about?
Okay, I have a criticism of fucking Penguin Zero. His content is gotten down every time he does a react fucking content. It is. Let me just say that the reaction content on Twitch is garbage.
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty. I mean, his content's lazy, but at the same time, he serves a certain purpose.
No, I'm not saying like all this stuff.
Yeah.
No, not saying like all of it is. Like some videos, like he makes a video on, and as long as it doesn't fucking start with a Twitch stream, it makes sense. It's like the Twitch stream one. Whenever he just re-uploads his Twitch stream, it's just him saying that like I had no idea today, and I want to make money on YouTube. It's fucking. But it also might be because of my opinions, also relating to when Dark Viper AU, if you remember, he got into drama with the other Twitch streamers over him saying that I don't think that React content is good.
Yeah, React, that whole genre is pretty lazy content.
And like, and those same people are like, I'm not garbage. It's like, you are garbage.
Yeah, like there's that whole clip of Hassan being like, "Well, what am I supposed to do? Just die?" It's like, no, just don't steal people's content. Like, do something, literally anything else. Like, play your own content, right? Like Hassan, he like clips his streams, uploads them to YouTube. Like, if he needs to like take a break, go to the bathroom, eat food or something, literally just play your own content. That's what I do.
I quite literally, what I do on my Twitch streams again, but like, I'm not gonna say I'm fall from that, but I watch police videos on fucking stream sometimes, and it's police body cam footage, but I give my fucking opinion to it. Like, I give my opinion where I'm like, well, this guy does sound like he's insane. I try to make something out of it, and it's like trying to relate it to some sort of policy. Not really, but like I kind of stopped doing that because I realized like I'm just being addicted to channels I actually really like for police content, and I curate them once as like if I have an opinion on it that can relate, then I'll watch it on stream. Now I watch meme streams. I don't care about people doing meme streams. If you're watching a meme, you're watching a meme. It's supposed to be out there, and it's a compilation. If you really think about it. Because most compilations on YouTube are like that, and don't believe that. Just saying to your chat, if it says that there is a offensive meme compilation, it's not offensive. It's just mundane stuff. I've seen actual offensive shit. It was actually funny. Half of it's just like, oh, my nose came out.
8 fucking hours to join Tubi. What the fuck?
I think recently on one of my streams, since I have a furry VTuber for my Twitch, I watched deers breaking into buildings because that is also actually really funny. It's just deer doing dumb shit, and then having my VTuber be a gear VTuber is even funnier. Because then I can do the soy Wojak face point. So what's next on the stream deck, I guess, Jaden?
I have I think I only got like one more topic, which is Wings of Redemption versus Boogie2988. Keemstar, he posted like the trailer on Drama Alert. I guess I wanted to react to it and go over it.
Nice.
So he's having Boogie and Wings of Redemption box each other, which is crazy. I'm actually kind of hyped to like see that fight. Two of YouTube's biggest people, two of YouTube's biggest lolcows are fighting.
Well, who do you take in that fight then? Like, who do you think?
Well, I want Boogie to win, but from what I've seen, I think Wings has a better chance of winning. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
Have you seen Wings training?
Yeah.
Has Wings actually posted?
His training looks a lot better than Boogie's. Boogie's, I don't know. He's trying, I'll give him that, but he does not look as good of a fighter as Wings.
Yo, I would box Boogie. I don't care. I'm fat and tall. I'll box the shit out of him.
If they don't, okay, this is gonna be a little bit mean, but I really want to do it. If Boogie doesn't do a combat role, like he's Sonic the Hedgehog or a Boulder, if he doesn't say combat roll and then get into a circle and roll towards Wings of Redemption, I'm not wanting to watch it. I need one combat roll from Boogie. That's all I ask.
Do you think Keemstar's going to bring back the Keemstar show?
No, I think
he'll
it's
probably
too loaded.
He'll probably try and do a few episodes, like if there's something breaking, like he did with like Seth the Programmer. That was like his most popular show ever. Like it did insane. I think that's kind of just what he's saving it for because he doesn't have a consistent co-host. I think.
Hey, Julian,
oh, what's up?
I'll talk about the Dream Gumar update.
I haven't seen any updates on that whole thing, honestly. There really haven't been any updates. Updates on like the Dream like grooming allegations.
Okay, I have to ask this. Like, I hate Dream, but is there something to it, or is it just people hating Dream and finding any scraps?
So it looked like Dream messaged like one of his fans on like Instagram, right? And they were either like 17 or they were 18 or
He was
it's like
17 and he was like 19.
It's like the ages are like just kind of confusing, right? But I think he added them on Snapchat and was like flirting with them. And once Dream did his face reveal, right, a lot of people came out with like fake allegations, but then that person that Dream actually did message and flirt with came out and they posted some screenshots. Some were fake. And they said that Dream groomed them. But then Dream came out and said that, yeah, some of this was real, but the Snapchat conversations weren't real, and that the girl was 18, not 17. And that's like the last update we got on it, and they both said that they were going to police.
Okay, because I say this a lot. I'm going into law enforcement. It's so fucking bullshit when something ends up on the internet too, because it is very hard for a fucking police department when it's public on the internet. It interferes with an investigation sometimes.
Yeah.
Even if it's like the best fucking police department in the world, it doesn't matter if it's the NYPD or the FBI or something like that. When it's on the internet and then so many people are like, well, I don't really have that, but I just hate Dream, so I'm going to make up this. It makes it hard because the whole thing for a prosecutor to charge anyone in a case is if they have concrete evidence, and especially if like one thing fault is fake. Let's say if like Dream goes to court over this, it will fucking fall apart at the fucking seams because Dream's a fucking lawyer or something would say is like, well, one's fake. Why are you bringing fake information? Or there's like a billion people saying the fake information. How do we know if this isn't fake or something like that? That's the thing is, if you actually have a thing, go to the police, talk to them, and they will start investigating it.
That's
If
why I
it
think
has
it's
validity.
fake.
Yeah.
But at least that.
I'm not
Doesn't
saying
seem.
not to go come out with it. I'm saying go to the police first. If the police drop it and don't do anything, like let's say like Harvey Weinstein situation like that, then come out with it. Then it becomes a problem where it's like, well, the police department didn't do this. Now then it gets like other attention because then it's actually a problem because then it's the police department's then. But if you're not going there first, you are hurting the case probably for it. That's what I'm going at. Is wait until they say that they're not going to do anything or something like that, or there's nothing to do. Just my opinion. Sorry.
But yeah, there's like no, I guess there's like no solid conclusion on that whole dream thing. There haven't been any updates since I guess the allegations came out. It's just like at the moment, it's just like half of Twitter thinks that Dream's a groomer, and the other half, like his devoted stans, they defend him. That's like kind of where we're at. I don't know. There's just like, there's really not enough really to paint him as either. I'd say I'm more on the side of Dream's probably innocent, but I'm not 100% sure.
You're forgetting the one other part of Twitter. It's the groomed by Dream Twitter. I'm kidding.
Did his girlfriend, her girlfriend says it did happen? She was like a groomer herself.
So yeah, I mean, Dream's ex-girlfriend, they broke up like 2 years ago, or maybe like 3 years ago or something, but once Dream started becoming popular, she like groomed some of his underage fans. Because she's like insane. She like made up a bunch of lies about Dream, said he was like fat, overweight, and ugly, like back before he ever did his face reveal. So like she's part of the reason that rumor or whatever became so popular, because she was like spreading that to like get back at him. And I know at one point he released a tweet longer being like, yeah, my ex is like crazy. She's like bipolar. She's made up these lies. I didn't want to respond to this, so it's like gotten too much out of control. So I wouldn't really take anything that she said as any sort of validation of anything.
Well, I have a question. Do you think it would be the validity of like the picture people are sharing around of a fat Dream? Do you think that could have been him? Do you think that like
no?
I don't know. I don't think so. So how they found that was like they doxed some like random person that I don't think it's Dream, because he came out, made a tweet longer saying that like that wasn't him.
That was
So,
definitely Dream.
I don't know. It's complicated.
You guys know what happened to Brazo? Why he's such a... What's his name? Tate fan?
So like what happened with Brazo, right? He like fucked up severely, right? He milked the fuck out of Technoblade's cancer diagnosis, got called out. Like even Penguin Zero, I think Mutahar or like Optimus, they like covered it and shit. So like he's effectively canceled, right? Like no one takes him seriously. His channel was dying. And so of course, I guess he like, I don't know how, but probably through TikTok or something, he gets pushed to like Andrew Tate. He's probably getting all this shit on his For You page being like, yo, this is how you can make lots of money. This is how you can be successful. And so, of course, he gets kind of like pushed into that, indoctrinated into that. And he starts like following it because like, what the fuck else is he gonna do? Like, he wants to make money, but like his career's dead at this point. He's like canceled. And so he joins the Andrew Tate like cult basically, and then just starts reposting all of his clips and shit. And then all of a sudden he's blowing up on YouTube again, making a bunch of money. And so he just gets
Did
further
he
pushed.
hate on Chris too?
Probably. I think he probably has.
Yeah.
He'll
I don't know what.
hopefully grow out of that at some point, but he's just making money, really. That's probably a huge motivator for him.
He's been milking it ever since it came out about Andrew Tate being arrested.
Prezzo. What's his channel right now? Oh, he's still pulling good views. He's like somehow the #1 like Andrew Tate news channel. Jesus. I'm surprised it's lasted as long as it has.
Me too. I thought he was going to die out by now.
I'm surprised too. I don't think you really care about it, Jalen, but did you see what Heeljin? I think he's like a Salvo orbiter now, or just a hated guy in Salvo's group now. But did you see what him and Slug have been getting into?
No, I've not really been following that stuff.
Okay, then
Did
I
you
won't
talk
bring it up.
about Nico?
What happened with Sneeko?
What?
Did you talk about him and what's his name?
Oh, like
I did.
penguins or that
I
drama?
think so. Yeah.
I never made videos about any of that. It was like when I took my break. I took like a week or so break from YouTube when that drama happened, so like I missed out on talking about
Which
all
drama?
that. The penguins versus Sneeko drama.
Wait, which break were you taking from?
I took a break when that stuff went down, so I never covered it.
No, it doesn't hurt to do the outlook thing. I think my whole thing is like Sneeko came out as I'm sure he probably only talked to what's it called, penguins, to kind of come back out to see if he could get in the good graces of people. But now he's just known as a bigger cuff than usual because he went to Penguins stream and just kind of crawled over and didn't really talk about much, because that's what's weird about these so-called debates on Twitter and everything. Everyone wants to debate, but no one actually wants to debate. They will yell at each other, but then when they get into a VC or something, one's gonna start acting submissive. One immediately starts acting submissive, and it is shameful to even say you want to debate and then immediately act submissive. And even when people that want to debate, sometimes it's kind of, at least you have the courage of making yourself look like an ass. So, in my saying, I don't know if that's what everyone else agrees with.
What wonderful weather we're having, isn't it?
Weather. Yeah, weather's very weathery outside right now. Did you hear about that one crazy thing that happened on the news? It was like very crazy. Like something happened and there was like a bunch of people involved, and the people did things that are kind of bad. Did you hear about that?
Did you hear Steven Crowder's wife is divorcing him?
Yeah, that's so shameful. Like, think of his kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, They're gonna grow up without a
like,
father figure. So
bro,
sad.
and he's out there talking like, "Oh, every kid needs a dad. Every kid needs a mom." And now he's like, his kids are gonna raise up without a mom.
Yeah.
I mean, without a dad. I bet they're getting a divorce because Steven likes to dress up like a woman too much.
Yeah, probably. Or he's just like an insufferable like piece of shit behind the scenes, probably.
Just like he is on scene.
Yeah.
It's bad even when Ben Shapiro hates you.
Hello?
But it's also really shitty though because like the whole Steven Crowder like talking about Mr. Beast, he only talked about him for like 5 minutes, and it was just basically unproven like opinions, and then literally saying, "Oh, you tore your family apart," when they never stated the fact that they got broke up because of like Chris wanting to transition.
Yeah, it's all just really dumb. The whole argument surrounding Chris is just like nonsensical. It's like it literally started out Chris was dressing more feminine, and then people were like, Carl's making Chris gay. Like that's how the
Isn't
whole thing
Carl
started
straight?
out. I think so. I don't honestly I don't know, but he might be. I thought he was like I thought he was
Straight gay.
bisexual. I don't know.
I thought he was ace.
Oh, he might be.
Just Google it. Google knows everything.
All right. Is Carl Jacobs gay?
Were you actually Googling it? Oh wait, what's your opinion on BuzzFeed actually finally shutting down? Like,
Oh, it's
holy
shutting
shit.
down, really? That's crazy.
Yeah,
What
finally.
is it?
I'm not getting anything really popping up. Although I got a
I was
YouTube,
muted.
I got a TikTok that says Carl is from Mr. Beast is not gay. That's the first result.
Yeah,
So
they announced it 5 days ago that they're shutting down.
no, it was BuzzFeed News to be specific. BuzzFeed News is
BuzzFeed
different
News.
company. Yeah, it's the news agency that's shutting down.
Oh, so
It's we'll still have BuzzFeed,
so that means I
with
can still
the
go on
BuzzFeed
there?
that sucks.
Oh wait,
Yes.
that means I can go on BuzzFeed and take quizzes still?
Yeah, that's.
BuzzFeed quizzes. What?
I think I fucking. I took a fucking. I was on stream one night and I decided to take a BuzzFeed quiz and all of them were just awful. I was like, man, why can't this shut down? And then you see BuzzFeed News shut down. I was like, you shut down the wrong BuzzFeed.
Jaden, it's for me. It says he's ace. So
Yeah, so like the entire conversation or argument around that's really stupid. Then,
it even makes sense.
yeah, the Carl effect. It's so stupid. I
Carl
hate.
Jacobs turned me into a fanboy.
No, you know what's funny is my friend in real life is Ace, and I've been bisexual more out than her, and so does that make me making her fucking gay? Oh, fuck.
Yeah, that's how it
I like to
happens.
think
It's
that
just it's a disease that just spreads.
We are like
Yeah.
zombies.
It's
yeah,
like
I'm just waiting for.
It's like the people who were like when Jaden Animations came out as Arrow Ace, they were like, "You're spreading a degenerate lifestyle." It's like, what do you mean? She's like doing literally the exact opposite of that.
She's
You know
the
what's
one
sad?
putting chemicals in the water.
You know what's sad? No one made the joke of saying it's like I didn't know she was a pilot because she's an Arrow Ace. I'm sorry,
Shut up.
that was horrible. What?
I'll pray
Arrow
for
means
you tonight.
airplane, and then Ace means like a pilot.
I'll pray for you. Let me get my Bible out. All right, let me open up my book. Okay, cool. Leviticus chapter 13. Here we go.
So, thank you, chat. Thank you for doing with the funniest joke in the world, I deserve the trophy.
Yo, chat, can we get some love hearts in the chat?
Can we get some blocks in the chat? To start blocking people?
Oh, I
What's up,
finally,
no one?
today I had literally canceled my Twitter Blue subscription.
Why did you have it in the first place?
Because I was gonna make
why?
a joke being like, "Oh wait, this celebrity's not verified, and I am." What?
The YouTubers I watch, Internet Today, they quite literally said that they're blocking people with that. So you better hope your check mark's gone, or else, I don't know.
Well, it depends on
They're-
what YouTuber. Because like I got like a big YouTuber that followed me earlier today.
Who is that?
Oh, I'm not leaking that.
The biggest
I'm
YouTuber to
back.
follow
I
me
left.
is Jade.
So
The biggest YouTuber to
Jade?
follow me on my Twitter is Jaden.
I think the biggest YouTuber
Wait, when
to
did you
follow
jump
me
up in?
is either
on.
iDubbbz or Chris Tyson.
Yo, you know iDubbbz? Can you get me into Crater Clash 3? I want to fight someone.
Yeah, I'll just
Can I
hit
fight your
iDubbbz
wife?
up.
Yo, I know
I
this
wanna-
6'8" femboy.
I want to Idubbbz to let me fight his girlfriend, so then I can bring back the old Idubbbz. Yeah.
Yo, Jalen, are your shorts popping off again?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, because I'm looking at Social Blade and like you gained a couple million views and like a couple thousand subs.
Yeah, they do that. Shorts. They'll do that.
Did you? I have a question, Jaden. Did you see what Augie said
No, what do you say?
about Idubbbz crying?
What?
Like, so I watched it and like Idubbbz is like, you're not a man anymore, because Augie, of course, is definitely a man. Definitely the manliest man I have known on YouTube. Augie RFC. But no, he made a whole video about Idubbbz crying after his fight.
Oh wow, that's
Because
cringe. That's really cringe. I bet Augie would be the first person to like cry if he got his like ass beat in a boxing match. Like, come on.
not gonna lie, I like Augie, but like there's a shit ton of criticism that's like so good against him. Like fucking, I was watching Tommy stream or Tommy C stream, and Tommy of course doesn't give a shit who he pisses off, so he started talking shit about Connor. Do you know who Connor is?
Yeah, that's like
On
Augie's
Augie.
roommate. Yeah.
Connor eats pain.
And I was like, damn. Oh, like, okay. Let me say this: the only reason why I got back into the commentary community was with Augie. But then, like, you listen to his takes now compared to like people like Tipster and everything. You're like, wow. You don't truly agree with him. You like really start to realize, like, man, Augie kind of sucks sometimes.
Yeah, Augie's definitely like red pilled. He's very conservative. But he tries to be centrist kind of, but he's definitely conservative.
He's not a good centrist in a way. Like, again, I used to be a subscriber of Augie RFC, but like, it kind of is that thing where, like, man, when there's extra criticism against him, he does the whole laugh thing. Not saying he's a bad fucking YouTuber, but like sometimes his stuff kind of sucks and doesn't hit that well.
I mean, I think he serves like a good purpose because he's kind of like counter to the like mainstream like Twitch shit, and I think he's good with that. But like his political takes are pretty bad most of the time.
Hey, Dane, can I tell you something?
Yeah, what's up?
Look at this.
Jaden, I also have a question when he's finished up.
Oh, I think did your mic die? Hello?
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 Was your question?
I'm confused.
The other person
I-
was asking something, but I don't know. I think their mic died.
Look on,
Oh.
on your microphone.
Yeah.
Look on the Discord.
What's on the Discord? What's that?
Yo, everyone
So
go
Jaden
follow
is helping a
Femboy Fishing
pedo
on Twitter. She's
who
pretty
then
poggers.
and do mine inside.
Against Nat and
Femboy Fishing. She's pretty poggers.
Speaking of Twitter, did you see that Turkey Tom kind of started some stuff with a Twitter artist?
Yo, we should all go report Turkey Tom's Twitter for the lulz.
I won't. The only reason why I guess I forget who it was, but it was like Turkey Tom started a fight with not started a fight. He didn't really instigate it, but he let someone on that also started instigating stuff with Twitter artists, and he had people debate on his stream about why his video was bad or something, and it was a guy I knew, so I pushed him. He's like, "Hey, if you're gonna make these claims, you should go on stream and debate them." And what kind of sucks is he kind of floundered really badly. And I says like, "Hey, dude, if you need some backup, I'm here to help you back up or back you up." And he's like, "No, I can handle this." It's like, dude, you are not handling it. They should have just left the call or kicked you from the call. Because it was kind of just sad watching it. Because then of course Turkey Tom's like, this is like how all Twitter artists are like. I was like, man, it was like Turkey Tom says like, I'm willing to get more retards. Fine. But he wouldn't let me.
I need to wash my trans socks.
All right. I'm gonna end the stream. This was a decent stream. Thank you to everyone for coming on. Thank you for everyone who came out to the stream. Thanks to Femyaz for carrying the stream for like a good hour there. If you guys haven't already, smash the like button, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you in the next stream.
Yo, when are you gonna do like another